Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn, he'll get it to the 24-yard line.
Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by Wingstop. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Ah, yeah!
Welcome in. Happy Friday. We've made it to the end of the week. Congratulations, everybody. Give yourself a round of applause. This is the Captain, 93.7, The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainer with you. No Vershawn Jackson today, so he'll be back on Monday. So I'll be hanging out with you guys. Rico will hop in every now and then as well. You guys know the drill, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Both those open for you guys the entire day today. Today's kind of a busy day, a big day, I think, for me personally. Here, I'll explain why in a second. You can also join us on the video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. You can always hit me up on Twitter as well, Nick_Sainert. Shoot me a follow. Any comments you guys have on the show, you can always tweet at me as well rather than texting it. So, mentioned, it's kind of a big day here for me. So, DP, as you guys know from the last 3 hours, he is out of town. He is in Houston, Texas. He's in Texas for UFC events. So he is out, which means I am filling in for him on BP with DP today with the Salt Dogs. So at 3:30 today, Eric Strickland and I will go down and take some swings, take some hacks with the Lincoln Salt Dogs ahead of their game tonight. And I'm kind of excited.
Who hits it farther, you or Strick?
Absolutely Strick.
You sure?
I don't know. Here's the thing, Rico. So I mean, I've confidently hung up the baseball cleats for golfing now, and I know that swinging a bat, baseball or softball style, will really screw up your golf swing.
You got a wooden bat now.
That is true. So it's a little heavier, but I also don't know if swinging a golf club could ruin your baseball swing. Like I would hope that it's just second nature for me. Like I would hope
you'll be fine. It's like riding a bike.
Yeah,
look,
exactly.
Strick, I don't know the last time Strick swung a baseball bat and he was looking good. He had
cool.
a little warning track power.
Really?
A little bit.
He got to the warning track?
I don't know if he got to the warning track. Him and Brant were cranking him.
Wow.
They look good. Steve Taylor got out there. He was cranking it as well. I think he'll be out there again with you.
All right, cool.
So
yeah, no, I'm excited. I
got a couple listeners out there. We'll see who can do it.
What happens if I hit a bomb?
I don't know. I don't think anybody has. The players, it was funny because you got the players up there after everybody went and they were just casually hitting the ball out of the park.
Exactly. Yeah.
They were just like,
even at the Salt Dogs level, like, so Salt Dogs players, they come into DBAT every day.
Yeah.
And my buddy sent us videos, like, obviously, and when I've worked there before, they hit the ball hard.
Just
like,
casually cranking it.
Like, that's the thing with professional baseball players. They hit, like, the exit velocity on just, like, tee work is extremely high compared to just normal baseball players. Like, Lincoln Salt Dogs. So, I mean, let's be real. Like, the Lincoln Salt Dogs used to be, like, considered, like, this team. And give credit to Charlie Meyer and the staff, Brett Jody, and all the players there. Salt Dogs used to be bad. Like, they used to be bad.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Like, I don't know if Nebraska fans will remember this guy. Austin Darby, former Husker baseball player, used to play for the Salt Dogs. I went to one game, and Austin Darby, when he swung, he let go of the bat 3 times in one at-bat. 3 times in one at-bat. You let go of the bat. Find yourself some pine tar. But now, they're good. Like, they are fun to watch. It's a lot of fun to watch. So I would highly recommend, if you are not doing anything tonight, head out to the Salt Dogs game.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we'll give away some vouchers in the next couple hours.
We can do that.
I'll have to clear that by, management.
Yeah, they're vouchers. We can give them away.
Yeah. So I'm sure we'll think of a game to play and give away some Salt Dogs vouchers.
Guess Nick's baseball stats.
I did get those sent to me. I forgot about that. We got those sent to me one day.
Guess Joey Gallo's batting average.
Joey Gallo. So as we're talking baseball, sorry folks, I know you guys want to talk football. We will eventually, but as we talk,
I don't want to talk about Joey Gallo.
You don't want to talk about Joey
It makes
Gallo?
me angry.
There you go. I cut you off. So anyway, Joey Gallo, real quick, dude, guys, get this. Aaron Judge has 39 home runs now. Rico, 39 home runs, and Joey Gallo has 37 hits this season. Joey Gallo has 37 hits, and Aaron Judge has 39 home runs. Joey Gallo, that trade last year is going down as the stupidest trade. It is horrible. Like, it is an abomination because Joey Gallo goes to New York and you have that short porch in right field. Joey Gallo's a left-handed hitter. You thought, oh, it's a match made in heaven. He's going to come from the Rangers, just continue crushing baseballs. The guy's batting .087, and he's still playing. Like, what is going on? Do you not have to produce at the major league level to play? I mean, holy smokes. The guy is batting .087, has 37 hits on the year. In the last, excuse me. I should reiterate this. .087 in the last, 26 games. Yeah. Like, bad. Here's the thing. If you really dive deep into this, pitches that were in the strike zone, he was had failed to get a hit on pitches in the strike zone or failed to hit any of the pitches in the strike zone in the last 15 games. Like, the guy is horrible. Joey Gallo, if I just search his name. He actually did an interview the other day with The Athletic, and the quote that came out of it was, "I just didn't live up to expectations." You think? Gallo this season is hitting .159 with 12 home runs. And he has gone from being a starting outfielder to a bench player with a ticket out of the Bronx. In 139 games for the Yankees, Gallo has hit .159 for 660 OPS and a significant dip, which is a significant dip from the .833 OPS he had in 7 years with the Rangers. Let's see. Here we go. I'm trying to find it. Here's what he says. Quote, "When I see my numbers, I feel like I've played better than that." This is my first time reading this. "When I see my numbers, I feel like I've played better than that. There are a couple things mechanically that I think I could have been better about monitoring. Baseball is a weird game. You can be doing something slightly wrong, and in baseball, you just start doing it every day, and it starts to become a habit, and you don't notice. I just feel like something out here got out of rhythm, out of whack." You think, dude? You are playing horrible right now. And the Yankees are about to trade him. Now to who? I don't know. I think the Cubs would take him. I'd be happy with Gallo, even though he's an abomination. But Cubs might not have to give up so much for him. So we'll see what happens. All right, Joey Gallo. Once again, 402-464-5685, Honda of Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line. I just find it fascinating that Aaron Judge has 2 more home runs on the season than Joey Gallo has hits. 39 bombs, 37 hits for Joey Gallo. Just unfathomable that we would ever see that happen. Out of a guy that got was one of the hotter names at the trade deadline last year, and just gee whiz, just so embarrassing. OG Les Lancaster makes a good point. He says he has 2 career sack flies. How is that even possible? Pretty sure that in Texas at one point he had more bombs than singles. Yeah, and that's kind of what the Yankees knew going into it. They had a big enough sample size of Joey Gallo. He was an all-star, I believe, in 2021. So it's not like he was this bad last year with the Rangers. It just, ever since he came to New York, it just never worked out. All right, yeah, so it sounds like there's enough people on the text line that are kind of interested in these Salt Dogs vouchers. So we will give away some Salt Dogs vouchers here in the next couple minutes. I want to get back to this conversation, though, that Rico and I were having on one-on-one without DP, basically. And if you're just now joining us, 402-464-5685, no Rashawn Jackson today. It still is the captain. Sponsored by Wingstop. You can always hit us up on the video stream as well. Starter Heyman video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. And on this, this comes from Fox College Football. So Once again, Fox College Football surveyed 1,000 high school students about college football brand rankings. Obviously, number 1 is Alabama, right? Number 2 is Ohio State. Number 3 is Georgia. Number 4 is Oklahoma. Number 5 is Clemson. Here's the thing: is Texas. I don't really believe with. I don't really understand this survey, but it maybe shows. I don't want to say how far Nebraska's fallen, just how bad Nebraska needs to win and find success, right? Which we think is going to happen this year. By the way, Eric Shenander, Mike Dawson, Travis Fisher are all talking today after practice, so we'll have that audio for you guys in a couple minutes. But I go through this list, and it's set. They have South Carolina. Once again, Nebraska did not make the list. Did not make the list for the top 25 brands in college football, according to these 1,000 high school players. They have South Carolina and Maryland. Those two teams, in my eyes, just no way. I understand, I guess. I mean, with South Carolina, you have the sexiness of Spencer Rattler now, I guess. But they have a running back named or Auburn has a running back named Tank Bigsby. So like all name team, I guess. But when you look at South Carolina and Maryland, you're really putting Maryland above Nebraska. I don't know. Like I find it shocking that Nebraska's not in the top 25. Here we go. So Kent makes an interesting point on the text line. Nebraska gets 9 wins this year. They move up to 15th in the rankings. I think the mantra or the statement of what have you done for me lately really rings true here. And it's what have you done for me lately to find success and make it sexy for me to come to your school. Now, what could also play a factor into this, NIL, right? We know that Nebraska launched its team-wide NIL fund yesterday. So if you want to help out with that, you can. But NIL can help. And also recruiting. It might show how big of an uphill battle Nebraska might have on the recruiting trail. Now, when I say that, think about this. Like Nebraska, Scott Frost going into a guy's house that, I don't know, Marcus Freeman from Notre Dame is going into. Or now Lincoln Riley at USC is going into. They're able to use their recent success, as you guys know, while Scott Frost unfortunately can't. But that's where it's like, man, if Nebraska can get just one successful season under their belt, that flips. That changes. Because of that idea of what have you done for me lately? How have you played lately? Right? Because Nebraska, give credit to them. They've recruited well. Once again, like I've said this many times, I have that Pick Six Previews book on Nebraska, and I'll pull it up again. I have to find Nebraska here. I'm on the Big Ten West. I'm on Purdue right now. Okay, so Nebraska, over the last 10 years, their average recruiting class has ranked 19th in the country. 19th in the country. And that average is altered a little bit because of last year's poor recruiting class. Or not poor recruiting class, I wouldn't say that, just they didn't take a lot of high school guys. So they ranked 41st in the country, which moved that average down over the last 10 years to 19th. But if you look under Scott Frost, once again, don't forget, like in 2018, this staff came in early December. I think Scott Frost was hired on December 2nd. Comes in early December, decides that he's still going to coach the UCF in a bowl game while recruiting for Nebraska. That was the year that a lot of guys decommitted from Nebraska, obviously, because of coaching changes, right? You're going to have that. Scott Frost, give credit to him, goes out, puts a full class together of 25 guys, and they get ranked 23rd in the country, despite having a new staff. Now, once again, you saw the power, the ability to recruit because of recent success, the success that they had at UCF. They were able to pitch that it would just translate over to Nebraska because they were bringing their entire staff. But now you sit here, and Nebraska, here's the thing. 2019, they have the 18th best recruiting class. 2020, they have the 20th. 2021, they have the 21st. This staff has been doing an exceptional job of recruiting despite losing games. And so that gives you hope for maybe what's to come when Nebraska starts winning games, which we all can agree, most of us can agree, that's on the horizon. That's on the horizon, Nebraska winning games. Because it really feels like, right, and I'll talk about leadership again, really feels like leadership's in the right place right now. Starting at the top. And even trickling down to the bottom with a guy like Garrett Nelson. And I don't know if you guys heard this clip. I'm sure we've played it on various shows, but I want to play it from Big Ten Media Days. Actually, Jake Sorensen had this one on his Twitter as well. Was Garrett Nelson talking about how he's ready to be a leader of a program, of the program, and that he grew up dreaming of this opportunity. Here's Garrett Nelson at Big Ten Media Days.
You know, if I'm the face of that program, that's awesome. I've been preparing for that my whole life with, those life lessons that life just in general has taught me. Or, my father teaching me how to be a good man, a good leader. I try to put that on myself as a leader and as a teammate to be the best I can be to my guys and be honest with them, even when it's hard. Nobody likes conflict and having those honest conversations because they suck. So you got to have those conversations if you want to win. You got to be honest with your teammates. So, being that guy, if you want to call me that, that's great. But I just care about my dudes. And I want to go have fun and win football games.
So I know that audio is kind of tough to kind of make out because of the woman talking in the background and things like that. But let's just think about this. You have a guy in Garrett Nelson, once again, leadership, that grew up wanting to be the face of Nebraska. And now that he has the opportunity about it, instead of basking in that, instead of basking in that, he says, I just want to be out there for my dudes. He acknowledges the fact that he grew up wanting to be the face of the program. But now that he's here, he realizes that there's something bigger than just playing for himself. That's a guy you want to rally around. And going back to what Frost always said in 2018, 2019, 2020, was that he wants to go out and he wants to have dudes that he wants to go into battle with. You got to think Garrett Nelson's one of those guys. You have to think. And on a bigger scale, into battle off the football field, you have to think Trev Alberts is one of those guys that Scott Frost wants to go into battle with. Mickey Joseph as well. Shenander. Like, there are things that you can point to where Nebraska's going to improve. Right? And the things that they've done. Now, I was actually asked this a couple days ago, just after Big Ten Media Days. It was like, I was actually golfing. So it was at Golf League on Wednesday night. And I got asked, they were like, Nick, what if all these changes don't work? What's the reaction if we never get back, Nebraska never gets back to being successful and winning games at a consistent pace? And I thought about that for a little bit, and my current my initial reaction was, we'll be okay. Like, Nebraska will be okay, which I truly think they will be. But then I was thinking about that later that night on Wednesday, and I kept thinking to myself, how deflating would that be? Right? Like, Nebraska Husker fans are so passionate, and they're passionate to a fault. Right? Just like, and this is why I think the Scott Frost being at Nebraska, we want this to work out so bad, because I've said it countless times. Scott Frost struggles have never been a question about effort. Like, you've never questioned effort, that the fact that Scott Frost is trying, you've never done that with Scott Frost as the head coach in Nebraska. And I think that's a big reason, other than obviously him playing at coaching his alma mater and winning a natty for your team. Other than that, I think you sit here and you go, why do Husker fans, why are they so dedicated on wanting this to work? Why are we so dedicated on wanting this to work that we're willing to sacrifice or alter expectations to keep him around? I think it's because Nebraska fans are passionate to a fault, and they understand that although the success has not been there, Scott Frost is passionate to a fault as well about Nebraska. Like, I truly think that's one thing. It's not a bad quality. Like, I would rather have a coach like that than a coach on the other side of the coin. But I truly think that there's been times where Scott Frost might have been, and maybe this is what's going to be changed this year and different about this season, and we won't know the final answer until the end of the season. But I truly believe that maybe Scott Frost has just been so obsessed with this thing, which once again is not a bad thing. It all depends on how you channel that obsession, I suppose. But has been so obsessed and entrenched in this program and wanting this to work so badly that it's actually hurt him a little bit. And now we see the growth of a coach. All right. I truly think that through Big Ten Media Days and maybe even through this offseason with the changes, right, off the field, the things that we can point to right now, you can argue that we've seen Scott Frost grow as a coach and as a leader right before our eyes. And maybe that's for a little bit of a thanks due to Trev Alberts. Maybe it is. But also, let's give Scott Frost some credit for doing what was necessary off the field, right? Doing what was necessary off the field to help prepare this team and this program for what's to come on the field. I want to kind of continue this conversation in the next segment. 402-464-5685. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. It's Friday. Captain Show sponsored by Wingstop. However, it is also Good Sense Friday. So once again, no Rashawn Jackson today. I want to get to your guys' text. So Kent, Jory, Bryce, Chase B, all you guys, sit tight. I will get to your text on the other side of this break. Once again, it's Captain Show sponsored by Wingstop. 402-464-5685. Tater, 11-3. Here we come. Yes, sir. 11-3. Rico's clapping on the other side as well. Honda of Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line. Want to hear you guys the entire show today. You can always hit me up on Twitter, Nick_Sainert as well. It's the Captain Show, sponsored by Wingstop. We'll be right back on the ticket.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order your Wingstop online at 28th and Superior, 50th and O Street, and 29th and Pine Lake. Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $22.58 per hour. And other select jobs is starting at $24.28 per hour, with wages growing up to $30.30 per hour. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Allo means business. Allo means local business. Allo means big business. Allo means small business. No matter your business, if you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation. Symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Partly cloudy skies and comfortable for late July. We'll top out at around 83 this afternoon. Winds out of the south at 10 to 15. We'll expect partly cloudy skies again tonight with a low down to around 60, and really more of the same for the start of the weekend. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a high of 85. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mama, what does the chicken say? Dog. Cat. Giraffe.
Giraffe, really? Giraffe.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Good morning from Indianapolis.
93.7 Ticket from Lucas Oil Stadium.
We're out here, Lucas Oil Stadium, for the Big Ten Media Day. Big Ten Media Day.
Big Ten Football Media Days.
Nobody brought you more live coverage of Big Ten Media Days. When there's an event that matters to you, 93.7 The Ticket is there. 93.7 The Ticket. Lincoln's real sports talk.
I wanted to quit for so long, but I didn't know where to start.
I was afraid of what people would think, but then I found the right support to start my recovery journey. 1 in 14 Americans reports experiencing a substance use disorder, a treatable medical condition. Treatment can take many forms, so there are a variety of options to explore and find the one that works best for you. Recovery from drug addiction is possible.
Paid for by the CDC, sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Please enjoy these next few moments of relaxation from Scott and Greg at Mendoza Family Insurance. If you would like to feel this relaxed about your home, auto, business, life, or commercial property insurance, please give Scott or Greg a call today at Mendoza Family Insurance.
This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Gus Cottle. Millard South will play Creighton Prep at Creighton Prep on Saturday for the American Legion Baseball State title. After losing to Millard West 12-2 in a previous meeting this summer, Creighton Prep was able to hold Millard West to 2 runs in their second meeting, beating them 4-2 at Den Hartog Field to advance to the state championship. Louis Schneckenberger led the Junior Jays, allowing 2 runs in 5 2/3 innings. Millard South's game versus Carpetland started at 7:20 p.m. on Tuesday and was suspended 2 hours later because of bad weather. The game resumed at 2 p.m. Wednesday and went 6 extra innings before finally ending at 4:30 p.m. The loss ended the season for the Spartans, who went 30-10. Bellevue West's Mike Huffman and Plattview's Mark McLaughlin were named head coaches for the 2023 Shrine Bowl on Wednesday. This has been your Southeast Community College High School Minute. Learn more today at southeast.edu with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySaveIt.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Good morning from Indianapolis.
93.7 Ticket from Lucas Oil Stadium.
We're out here, Lucas Oil Stadium, for the Big Ten Media Day. Big Ten Media Day.
Big Ten Football Media Day.
Nobody brought you more live coverage of Big Ten Media Days. When there's an event that matters to you, 93.7 The Ticket is there. 93.7 The Ticket. Lincoln's real sports talk.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
Mike Shaver here for Trek CBD. Summer is here, and that means you're having garage parties with neighbors, hitting the golf course and the pool. The drink of this summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs, 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD at 84th and Andermatt and TrekCBD.com. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
Need service on your home air conditioner? Call the company Lincoln has counted on since 1952, Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. No matter what brand you have, when you need service, you want Bryant's experienced pros working for you. Friendly NATE certified technicians with the tools, training, and technology to restore your comfort quickly. No matter what brand, when you need service, just call Bryant. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySaveIt.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Captain Show, sponsored by Wingstop. Visit any of their Lincoln locations today, or in the one in Grand Island, I suppose. Nick Sainert with you, no Rashawn Jackson today on a Friday. Hit me up on Twitter, Nick_Sainert, or on the Honda Lincoln hotline, Starter Heyman text line, same number, 402-464-5685. The Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream as well is open, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. All right, so once again, let's talk about Scott Frost a little bit here. We got some comments on the text line. Jory, I want to put yours on hold about this Lincoln NIL club because we were having a conversation yesterday, but I want to kind of put a bow on this Husker football, the Scott Frost thing. So I'll get to yours in just a moment. Bryce said this, Garrett Nelson is the definition for homegrown Husker. If all the guys on the team have his attitude, there's no mountain they can't climb. Bingo, right? We talk about what's something in close games, right? What's something that can kind of set you apart from another team or in close games, set you apart or create distance on the scoreboard? Obviously discipline, right? Discipline and being able to kick your field goals, be able to kick your PATs, all that little stuff. But it's also mentality. When you're in week 9 of a Big Ten football season, and this is where like USC and UCLA in 2024, I think they're going to struggle for the first year. UCLA probably for a little bit longer, but USC, I'm sure, will probably be able to make a change. But when you talk about the grind and the grueling schedule and the gruel, yeah, you like that, Rico? The grind and the grueling schedule and process of playing Big Ten football. Week 9, when you have to go back to back, and let's just line this up here. On the off chance that in a span of 4 weeks, you have to play Blake Corum from Michigan, Travion Henderson from Ohio State, Braylon Allen from Wisconsin, and Mohamed Ibrahim from Minnesota, in any order, that's a toll, man. Like Rashawn and I have talked about it extensively where 300 rushing yards hurts a defense fatigue-wise a lot more than 300 yards passing. A lot more. And that's where it's like, it's so important for Nebraska to get a substantial running game going this season with whoever it may be. Like, obviously, Husker fans have their one guy that they're sort of cheering for. But I think also to an extent, you don't really care who it is after all this time. You don't really care who it is. Whether it's Jock Hesiant, whether it's Gabe Ervin, whether it's, I don't know, Zach Weinmaster. If you can finally get a substantial running game going, here's the thing, guys. I watched a video on YouTube last night, Casey Thompson highlights. All right. Casey Thompson highlights on YouTube. The video is like an hour and 6 minutes long. I did not watch the full hour, I'll be honest. But I was watching Casey Thompson kind of throw the ball, kind of sling it around a little bit. And this is where like the whole running back by committee approach is interesting and kind of appealing, I suppose. Because Nebraska, you look at guys that might be able to do it all in the running back room. We know Ramir Johnson can catch passes out of the backfield. Maybe that's, and last year at Texas, now obviously a different offensive coordinator. And I would think Nebraska maybe has a little bit better of an offensive line than Texas did last year. I might get some pushback for that, actually. But anyway, a lot of passes last year from Casey Thompson were checkdowns and short intermediate throws. But once again, it's like one of these things where you don't need your quarterback to play hero ball if you're averaging 3.5 yards, 4 yards on the ground a carry, right? Like a scenario for this offense is if on 1st and 10, you hand the ball to Anthony Grant, he gets 4 yards, it's 2nd and 6. Then if you want to throw a bubble screen to a Ramir Johnson, if you want to throw a slip screen to Ramir Johnson or anybody in that running back room, Anthony Grant maybe, Gabe Ervin as well, because Gabe Ervin has a little bit better of a pass blocking as well. Ramir Johnson does as well. Like when you think back to last year, Gabe Ervin got a big reason why he was named the starting running back was as a true freshman was because they liked how he could pass block. Ramir Johnson is now, we heard from Bill Bush when he was in here a couple weeks ago, that Ramir Johnson's on the front line of blocking on special teams, on kickoff returns. So we know those guys are okay with contact and okay with blocking. But once again, it's like if you can get 3 or 4 yards per carry on first down, and who knows, maybe you run the ball twice in a row with your running back, and it's 3rd and 2, you don't need and you don't commit penalties, you don't commit holdings, you don't false start. You don't need your quarterback to sling it 15 yards down the field. The short intermediate throws that Casey Thompson is much better at than Adrian Martinez was, is all you need. It suffices. And so when you truly break this thing down into what's going to make this thing run and this thing successful and give Nebraska a chance on offense to really put up points, right? Obviously, you're going to have your big plays. Obviously, there's going to be a couple quarterback mistakes, whether it's interceptions, whether it's just straight up inaccurate throws. But if you're able to establish a running game, or at least establish a guy that you're okay with giving the football off to, then you are cooking. Because we know Casey Thompson as an experienced quarterback and as the expected number one guy in that room going into this season, he can make the short intermediate passes. Now, I would caution folks that if you go back and watch some Texas highlights, you also have to take into account who he was throwing the ball to. And it was Xavier Worthy, who was a phenom freshman last year, and it was Bijan Robinson, who was a top 5 running back in the country. And those guys are special athletes. You got to deliver the ball to them, though, on one hand. On the second hand, you have to understand, like, when you see a 50-yard touchdown pass from Casey Thompson, last year, a lot of the times it was dumping it off to Bijan Robinson and him doing the work, which whatever happens. And I'm not saying Nebraska doesn't have playmakers, because I truly think they do, especially in the wide receiver room. But there are a lot of questions there as well of who's going to step up. You know you're going to have the big body of Omar Manning coming across the middle and not afraid of contact. Nebraska doesn't have Xavier Betts anymore, which is kind of a bummer, which obviously they've replenished and they've made up for the absence of Xavier Betts. But I think also part of it is like there's something intriguing about Xavier Betts working with Casey Thompson and the guy of his speed working with Casey Thompson. Because Xavier Betts is one of those guys where you throw it to him short and you let him do the work. And Trey Palmer's like that. And there's a couple other guys out there like that as well. Heck, even in the running back room, maybe there's a couple. Jacques Hezien is much more lean nowadays. Get a consistent running game. Like, I truly believe that this whole thing is centered around being able to run the football. And I know that sounds cliche, but especially when I dove deep into the statistics last year and I find out that Nebraska with their running backs, although it was so shaky, it felt so shaky because a different guy early on in the season was carrying the ball every single series. Although it felt so shaky, they still found success with their running back specifically. But everything was just cluttered and overshadowed by number 2 running the ball. Number 2 passing the ball. Number 2 fumbling the ball. Number 2 having to play hero ball. Like, also, let's put that into account as well. You don't need that this year. Surrounding talent is not a problem this year. Skill players, not an issue. Wide receivers loaded, running backs loaded as well. It's a similar conversation that we've had maybe in years past, where we need a couple of these guys to hit. We need a couple of these guys to work out. I think that still is accurate, especially when you use the transfer portal as much as Nebraska did. But you just need some talent around a guy so that he doesn't have to play hero ball. Now, I'm sure there's going to be a couple plays where we go and say Casey Thompson after a play and go, wow, all right, this guy is a playmaker. Because on the video last night that I watched on YouTube, there are a couple of those plays where I was like, all right, sounds good. He's a playmaker. One thing that was encouraging from Casey Thompson on the video last night was going through his progression. And that's why he went through a lot of checkdowns. That's why he completed a decently high percentage of passes. was because Texas ran an offense where it was a lot of slip screens and there was a lot of just dump it off to Bijan Robinson and let him do the work. I don't think that's going to be the case in Nebraska. But as long as, once again, going back to that mentality that we talked about Garrett Nelson having, as long as Casey Thompson's in a similar mindset of competitiveness and just the will, I think Nebraska's going to be okay. As long as they can establish a running game. Because here's the thing, and you guys know this. If you get 8 yards on a first down carry, you can take a shot on second down. I would almost like to see Nebraska take shots on second down. We know Mark Whipple isn't scared of anything. Take a shot on second down, and if it's an incomplete pass or you have to throw it out of bounds, it's 3rd and 2. Or on the off chance you have to just check down and your running back gets 3 yards, first down. It all starts with a consistent running game, both in the staff allowing a guy to take a job and somebody in the room taking the job. It's a two-way street there. Now, there's a lot of confidence in Brian Applewhite for me personally, and I think there should be for you guys as well. All right, so Jory said this earlier. 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. He mentioned, what do you guys think about this Lincoln NIL club? Will players give autographs and pics out in public for free, or will they start charging for every interaction? Thoughts? Let's get to that on the other side, because I don't know if it'll have as big of a repercussion as we believe it will. So once again, want to hear your guys' thoughts on the Honda of Lincoln hotline. Give us a call. Keep me company, 402-464-5685, the Starter Heyman text line as well. From out the South, Mississippi Mud Dog Bryce. We'll get to all your guys' in a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Captain Show on a Friday. Nick Sainert hanging out with you. No Vershawn Jackson. We'll be right back on the Ticket, ticketfm.com.
This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Gus Cottle. Millard South will play Creighton Prep at Creighton Prep on Saturday for the American Legion Baseball State title. After losing to Millard West 12-2 in a previous meeting this summer, Creighton Prep was able to hold Millard West to 2 runs in their second meeting, beating them 4-2 at Den Hartog Field to advance to the state championship. Louis Schneckenberger led the Junior Jays, allowing 2 runs in 5 2/3 innings. Millard South's game versus Carpetland started at 7:20 p.m. on Tuesday and was suspended 2 hours later because of bad weather. The game resumed at 2 p.m. Wednesday and went 6 extra innings before finally ending at 4:30 p.m. The loss ended the season for the Spartans, who went 30-10. Bellevue West's Mike Huffman and Plattview's Mark McLaughlin were named head coaches for the 2023 Shrine Bowl on Wednesday. This has been your Southeast Community College High School Minute. Learn more today at southeast.edu with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford.
Need service on your home air conditioner? Call the company Lincoln has counted on since 1952, Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. No matter what brand you have, when you need service, you want Bryant's experienced pros working for you. Friendly NATE certified technicians with the tools, training, and technology to restore your comfort quickly. No matter what brand, when you need service, just call Bryant. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Good morning from Indianapolis.
93.7 Ticket from Lucas Oil Stadium.
We're out here, Lucas Oil Stadium, for the Big Ten Media Day. Big Ten Media Day.
Big Ten Football Media Days.
Nobody brought you more live coverage of Big Ten Media Days. When there's an event that matters to you, 93.7 The Ticket is there. 93.7 The Ticket. Lincoln's real sports talk.
Allo means business. Allo means local business. Allo means big business. Allo means small business. No matter your business, if you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation. Symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at freedominlaw.com today.
Mike Shaver here for Trek CBD. Summer is here, and that means you're having garage parties with neighbors, hitting the golf course and the pool. The drink of this summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs, 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD at 84th and Andermatt and TrekCBD.com. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.58 per hour. And other select jobs is starting at $24.28 per hour, with wages growing up to $30.30 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Bagels and Joe is in full summer mode. They'll add cold foam to the top of any iced coffee. Plus, they now have a Joe Coffee Club. Get unlimited drip coffee for just $8.95 per month. And don't forget their delicious breakfast burritos and sandwiches. Bagels and Joe, 4 Lincoln locations.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Koppel talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I can actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
I grew up hearing that women are bad with money. But like many of you, I spent years paying bills, managing checking accounts, and taking care of my family. So turns out women are pretty good with money after all. And now I'm taking control of my financial future by saving for retirement. It's never too late to start, and there's a great website to help you. Check out WeSaySaveIt.org and jumpstart your retirement savings on your budget and your timeline. That's WeSaySaveIt.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Captain Show, sponsored by Wingstop. No Vershawn Jackson today. Nick Sander with you guys, 402-464-5685, the Honda Lincoln Hotline, the Starter Hammond text line. Okay, so once again, if you didn't hear, Nebraska launched an NIL club yesterday afternoon, the Lincoln NIL Club. Basically, it's a way for Nebraska football players, another avenue for NIL stuff. So you can become a member on this thing. And I'm on the website. It's just the website's www.lincolnnilclub.com. So basically, this is a way for all Nebraska players to get paid through NIL. That's basically, that's what it is, obviously, right? Lincoln NIL Club, it's in the name. On the website, and I encourage you to go check out the website. You don't have to support. I'm not saying that. But it says, welcome to the Lincoln NIL Club. Financially support 90-plus Nebraska football players and join the ultimate fan experience. What is the ultimate fan experience? With this membership, you can have access to the online community. And it says, join members-only message boards and chat rooms discussing all things Nebraska football from recruiting to game day. There is player content where you can watch player-generated content discussing past games, upcoming matchup, practice updates, recruiting stories, etc. As a member, you can attend digital events with players. So meet your favorite players on member-only video calls and hang with other Lincoln NIL Club members. And last but not least, the players get paid. Contributing to the Lincoln NIL Club is helping build the future of Nebraska football for years to come, it says. So here's the thing. So it says, one of the frequently asked questions, is there a minimum or maximum commitment amount allowed? And it says this, due to some of the fees associated with payment processing and website hosting, the minimum commitment amount is $5 per month. We hope to get this even lower in the near future. There is no maximum commitment amount at this time. So right as you come onto the website, it says financially support 90+ Nebraska football players and join the ultimate fan experience. Underneath that, it has a monthly goal of $50,000. So let's just hold on. Let's do some math here. A monthly goal of $50,000. So 50,000 divided by 90 players, $555 a month.
That's awesome. This
I
has absolutely.
I hear Schneider's voice in the background. Schneider is talking. We'll have the audio for a second.
So this has absolutely nothing to do with what you're talking about.
Okay.
Just a little bit of breaking news. Javen Wright fully cleared.
Oh, that's big.
100% to go.
That is good. I thought when you said Javen Wright, I was worried that you were going to say hurt.
He's all cleared, baby.
Because that would have been heartbreaking.
Buddha Wright is ready to go.
That's heartbreaking. I forgot we have a phone call.
Oh, yeah. Bob's
I forgot.
online.
Bob, I'm sorry. We'll get back to this NIL discussion. Thank you, Rico. All right, Bob. Sorry to make you wait, man. Appreciate you being patient. What's on your mind today?
Hey, you were talking about the running backs and being able to run the ball.
Yeah.
But, last year we were more blocking on space and not getting in a player's face.
Yeah.
If you listen to some of the comments, that was made, and if you listen to Dawson, he had made a comment about Hunchbacher, who he told him to it's in the first two steps, and to learn, like you're wrestling, like you're going after a player, and that. And it sounds like that they are going to get more. They're going to get into people's face, and they're going to be more aggressive on the line, more physical. Under Riley, they wanted to be physical. We're physical, but you can't. It's not saying it; it's practicing it. And under Riley, they weren't practicing it. And I think you're going to see the offensive line being more physical this year, which is going to make the more room for the running backs. And getting in somebody's face instead of waiting for the defense, instead of reacting, they're gonna act.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to get into the defense. So you're going to see more of a running game. And I also like more under center too, because the play where a pitcher would go to would fake the third and throw to first.
Absolutely.
And it's like, that is so old. Well, if you really look at it, how many quarterbacks are sitting out there in shotgun formation, hand the ball off and pump the arm like they're going to throw? It's like, well, what are you doing? Who are you trying to fake, yourself? It's so obvious. Where, being under center, you can do more of a fake. You can get more play action and that. So I like it more under center for that reason. And I think we are going to be more physical. And if we can be, that's what Michigan got beat by Georgia, because Georgia was more physical on that offensive line and the defensive line. And then if our lines can get more physical, both offensive and defensively, we're going to be right there.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's what it's going to take.
Yeah, I agree. Thanks for the call, Bob. Appreciate you keeping me company on a Friday. Okay, so let's address a couple of those things before we get back to the NIL club here. So offensive line needing to be physical. That's an obvious point, I think. Here's what's interesting. Defense against the run last year wasn't atrocious. I think Nebraska, and we're hearing from Shenander, so once again, we'll have Shenander's bites in the 12 o'clock hour. We'll have some of the sound bites from their first press conference available in fall in a little bit. But when I think about this year, why Nebraska might have more success at stopping the run, they're obviously moving to a 4-3, a primary defense of a 4-3. We know last year and in years past, they've switched back and forth. They're going to a 4-3 now this season, which sets up better for their personnel, right? Interior defensive line is kind of I wouldn't say a worry point, but just something that kind of is curious for me, because we don't know what kind of combination is going to be there. We don't know what kind of combination is going to be there. Whether it's a Nash Hutmacher or Stephon Wynn combination, whether it's Devin Drew's not even on campus quite yet. So you don't know how that kind of hinders him. But what kind of combination is going to be on the interior defensive line? That's going to be kind of one of the thoughts. We know what the edges are going to look like. We kind of know what outside linebacker is going to look like. But obviously with a 4-3, that means you're only having 3 linebackers. So who's going to take inside linebacker? Who's going to take outside linebacker between Luke Reimer and Nick Henrich, right? Because normally both those guys were used to playing inside. So those are a couple of thoughts for me. We got this on the text line speaking about the offensive line. Unnamed texter says, I don't think we are talking enough about the O-line. Very, very concerning to me. I think the ceiling of that position group is average. The floor is so atrocious that it ruins the whole offense. Interesting. I want to dive into this. Okay, so we've had a couple different avenues conversations that we've dove into. Offensive line being physical and the Lincoln NIL Club. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back in a couple minutes, we'll wrap up the Lincoln NIL Club. I'll give you more thoughts on that. They've started out kind of slow on their $50,000 goal. So I'll update you on the number when we come back. Once again, you're listening to the Captain Show, sponsored by Wingstop. No Vershawn Jackson today. I want to hear you guys' thoughts all day long. 402-464-5685, the Honda Lincoln hotline, and the Starter Heyman text line. You can always reach out to me on Twitter as well, Nick_Sainerts. We'll be right back. Hour number 2 of the Captain Show on the other side of this break. You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Please enjoy these next few moments of relaxation from Scott and Greg at Mendoza Family Insurance. If you would like to feel this relaxed about your home, auto, business, life, or commercial property insurance, please give Scott or Greg a call today at Mendoza Family Insurance.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hello, everybody. I'm Charlie Stone, and joining me in just a moment is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. But before I bring Andy on, I need to tell you about something that really got my attention. Just the other day, I saw on television Andy announcing that in the last 50 years, they had sold and serviced close to 100,000 vehicles.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, actually, the number would be a lot higher if we add in how many repeat customers we have for service and that come back to buy cars from us over and over and over again.
Now, Andy, tell everybody about your special offer.
Well, as most people know, always trade for vehicles, but now we're offering for people to come in and sell us their cars. We're ready to bring it on in, whether it's a year old or a few years old, and we'll pay them cash that same day. It'll be hassle-free, and we'll do it the Honda of Lincoln way.
Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of buying cars, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Need service on your home air conditioner? Call the company Lincoln has counted on since 1952, Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. No matter what brand you have, when you need service, you want Bryant's experienced pros working for you. Friendly NATE certified technicians with the tools, training, and technology to restore your comfort quickly. No matter what brand, when you need service, just call Bryant. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
The 2022 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and we need you in Memorial Stadium this fall. A customizable Husker football 3-game mini plan is on sale now for only $180. To purchase your 2022 Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111. Go Big Red.
Bagels and Joe is in full summer mode. They'll add cold foam to the top of any iced coffee. Plus, they now have a Joe Coffee Club. Get unlimited drip coffee for just $8.95 per month. And don't forget their delicious breakfast burritos and sandwiches. Bagels and Joe, 4 Lincoln locations.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Koppel talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I can actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go. Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Call Nebraska Auto Detail today at 402-601-5086.
Hey dude, can I have the aux cord?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, do you want to play some games?
What? No, stop. I'm trying to drive.
Dude, Aaron wants to know what you're doing on Friday.
Okay, I'll talk to him later. I'm driving right now.
Did you see this thing on Facebook?
Okay, you know what? I'm sorry. I gotta put you on Do Not Disturb.
Wait.
It's hard to drive with a bad passenger, so don't let your phone be one. Visit drivesmartany.org for more information. Brought to you by the Nebraska Department of Transportation Highway Safety Office.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Partly cloudy skies and comfortable for late July. We'll top out at around 83 this afternoon. Winds out of the south at 10 to 15. We'll expect partly cloudy skies again tonight with a low down to around 60, and really more of the same for the start of the weekend. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a high of 85. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn will get it to the 24-yard line.
Coming at you live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by Wingstop. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Yeah!
All right, welcome back in. A lot of stuff to get to here. Before we get back into the NIL, some more breaking news here just happened. So, Husker volleyball, you might have heard, Kayla Caffey not going to return to Nebraska for a 7th year. She instead is going to go to the transfer portal. Here's what she said in an Instagram post just a couple moments ago. Thank you, Husker Nation. Thank you for welcoming me into this program, and thank you for your endless support throughout the seasons. I am so grateful to have experienced Bob Devaney in all of its glory on a Husker game day, and I can truly say there is no place like Nebraska. She continues on thanking some people as well, but here's the interesting part. She continues later in the post by saying, I am forever grateful and proud to have been a Husker. Unfortunately, I was informed a few weeks ago that the coaching staff would be unable to offer me a scholarship for the fall, and after training hard all summer long, With that, I have decided to enter the transfer portal and play an additional season elsewhere. Although unexpected and untimely, I have faith that everything will work out. I am excited to see what is next for me. I hope to have your continued love and support. Go Big Red. So according to Kayla Caffey, in an Instagram post that she made, sounds like Nebraska was unable to offer Kayla Caffey a scholarship for this fall, and that is why she is no longer with the program. All right, so back to the NIL club here. Once again, if you're just now joining us, welcome to your lunch break. 402-464-5685, Honda of Lincoln hotline, the starter Heyman text line, both those open for you guys. So Lincoln NIL Club, financially support 90-plus Nebraska football players and join the ultimate fan experience. You can sign up for a membership as well. It looks like one under the frequently asked questions, it asks, is there a minimum or maximum commitment amount allowed? And it says that amount is $5 per month at minimum. They have a monthly goal of $50,000. So far, they have raised $311. 18 people have donated. And if you want to donate, you can go to www.lincolnnilclub.com. We were asked this yesterday on the happy hour why they would start something like this. And a big reason that I thought of was it allows some smaller companies to play a part in helping out your program, right? Let's say a local company wants to bring a couple football players to sign autographs at their place, but they don't want to go through Open Doors. They don't want to go through the bigger chains. Then they can donate to the NIL club and become a member and then see what happens. You can also, if you want to play a part but can't donate, 10,000 like the big boosters can, or thousands and thousands of dollars, but instead want to have a monthly plan, then this is way you can do it as well. In terms of Jory's text, he asked this. Where to go? Okay, sorry, I had to go scroll up. Will players give autographs and pictures out in public for free, or will they start charging for every interaction? What are your thoughts? I don't think that changes. I think that they still will give them out for free. Like I still think like you'll still have memorabilia shops in town get 3 players, regardless of sport, to come and sign autographs and come to take pictures and things like that. And like I think that there's a way that NIL can be used to where when you have those specific events, then that's NIL, right? But just on the normal, like when you're just walking up and down the street, I sure hope that it does not corrupt it to where you have to pay $5 to take a picture with a dude. Like I hope we never get to a point where, I don't know, this football player says, to take my picture and to get my autograph, you got to give me a $10 bill. Not saying that will happen, but I also think that if there's, maybe not to that extent, but if there are no regulations coming down the chain here in a little bit, then we might be heading towards something, maybe not that extreme, but something similar, unfortunately. So that's the Lincoln NIL Club. Once again, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Let's talk about the, let's see where to go. All right, let's talk about offensive line a little bit, because we wonder. Unnamed texter said, actually, that mentioned this. They said, I don't think we are talking enough about the offensive line. They were very, very concerned. They texted in a couple minutes later and said, I'm actually changing my mind on the offensive line now that I look again. They have a lot of potential talent, even without Cam Jurgens. They do not have quality depth, though, so staying healthy will be big for them. All right, so let's just run through the offensive line really quickly. And I think staying healthy is a really important part of this thing, as usual, with every position. But let's go to their scholarships here. So on the offensive line, they have 14 scholarship offensive linemen. I can run down the list here really quickly. Alex Kahn, Bryce Benhart, Turner Corcoran, Brant Banks, Teddy Prohaska, Hunter Anthony, Brock Bando are at the tackle position. Henry Lutovsky, Ethan Piper, Michael Lynn, Nuri Nuili, and Kevin Williams Jr. at the guard. And Justin Evans-Jenkins and Trent Hickson are at center. Those are the guys on the offensive line. Now Nuri is suspended, is ineligible, right? So that causes a little bit of concern at the guard position. Now, we will also hear from some offensive assistants. Ooh, I'll check my calendar here. Looks like Wednesday. So Wednesday we'll hear from Coach Whipple and some offensive assistants after practice. But today it's Shenander. But when you look at this offensive line, and I'm kind of I'm hoping that Donovan Raiola is one of those guys that we get to talk to on Wednesday, because I'm curious how this thing's going to shake out. I truly am, because Trent Hickson's a guy who is here for, this is his 6th year, I believe, on the program. Had some time in 2019, then kind of got replaced with Cam Jurgens, who they transitioned from tight end to center. Cam Jurgens ended up working out as a second-round pick, obviously, with the Eagles. But then at guard, here's what's interesting. So no Nuri, but if you look at that room, that are guys that are, as of right now, are guards. Kevin Williams Jr., Ethan Piper, Michael Lynn, and Henry Lutovsky. At tackle, it's Brock Bando, Hunter Anthony, and then you have the big 2019 recruiting class of Bryce Benhart, Turner Corcoran, Brant Banks, and Teddy Prohaska. So we can shake this out here. Left tackle, probably a Teddy Prohaska. Even though we saw a small sample size last year, I think a lot of people are most confident in what Prohaska gave you last year in a small time. So then you look at maybe Turner Corcoran moving inside to guard, and possibly even Bryce Benhart moving inside to guard. Hunter Anthony then would be another tackle option, or the sixth-year man Brock Bando, who is originally from Lincoln Southeast, transferred to IMG down in Florida, comes back to Nebraska. So I think the unnamed texter, said, I'm actually changing my mind on the offensive line now that I look again. They have a lot of potential talent, even without Juergens, but they do not have quality depth, so staying healthy will be big for them. I think I think you're hitting the nail on the head. Because, I mean, just imagine if Trent Hickson goes down at center. We know that Turner Corcoran could play center, all 5 positions. We've heard that. And Turner Corcoran was a highly touted recruit. I mean, talented and all that, even though hasn't officially worked out, right? But Trent Hickson, let's say he goes down at center or gets banged up or has snapping problems. You worry about where it falls down the road. Like, what are the repercussions at the guard position if we have to move Turner Corcoran to center? So it's not even almost like, I guess health could be a factor, but also just poor offensive line play, right? I keep mentioning this, and I'll probably mention it at least once a day, every day from here on out. You wonder how quick the staff will be to sub guys in and sub guys out, to bench guys, to keep guys in if they're making mistakes, right? I think on the offensive line, it's truly fascinating because if you, on top of injuries, if you just have poor offensive line play, well, you have to worry about the repercussions at the left guard position if you take out Turner Corcoran and move him one spot over to center, and who's going to play guard? How confident are you in Henry Letofsky coming in? How confident are you in Michael Lynn, who has been here for 3 years, has sniffed the field? Ethan Piper started out as one of the guys that we thought was going to play a pretty big role on the line last year and ended up, I can't remember if he got banged up or got pulled. I can't remember. Either way, he didn't finish the season. So it's like one of those things where you worry about not necessarily if one guy gets hurt, you're not worried about filling his position because you have a versatile guy like Turner Corcoran who can play all 5 positions. But you wonder who's going to take his spot. How do you feel about Brant Banks coming up? And that's why the suspension or ineligibility of Nuri is pretty big. It's pretty big because you lose. That's one more guy that you lose depth at. Bryce Benhart, we know, hasn't really panned out the way we expected him to. I remember the recruitment of Bryce Benhart and all these big name institutions that are known for their big, powerful offensive lines were coming calling, Wisconsin being the main one. Nebraska beat out Wisconsin. Those were the kind of final 2 schools for Bryce Benhart. And I remember thinking, man, if Wisconsin wants him, he must be pretty legit. 6'8" dude, he's got to be big. He's big. There's no way this doesn't work out. And unfortunately, it just hasn't worked out as well as we thought, right? With a lot of the guys on that roster, especially that offensive line. So hopefully a move inside for Bryce will help him. Won't have to move as much. We'll just be able to block, if that makes sense. I also think what's important to remember with this offensive line, with a new coach, different philosophy. We've heard from the guys in the offensive line room that there's a different coaching philosophy going on, and that rather than teaching all one way, if their own personal way that's comfortable for them finds success, Donovan Raiola wants them to do it. Whatever it takes to get the job done. And that's kind of the mentality throughout the entire team, I think. Whatever it takes to get the job done. Because that's the kind of situation that you're in as a program. You got to get the job done this year. 402-464-5685, the Honda Lincoln Hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. I forgot to take 4 breaks in the 11 o'clock hour. So we have to take 4 breaks in the noon hour here. When we come back, I believe Eric Shenander's audio is inside the computer in our folder. Rico has cut it up, so appreciate him for his help. So when we come back, we'll have Eric Shenander audio from after practice today. A little bit of Javen Wright news as well, and a couple other things coming up on the other side of this break. You're listening to The Captain Show, sponsored by Wingstop. It's also Good Sense Friday here at the office, so shout out to the Pillar Restaurant Group for providing all of our staff with sandwiches today. Visit any of their 5 Lincoln locations as well. Get yourself a Good Sense sandwich there. It's sitting across the table from me, and it's looking delicious. So I'm gonna take a bite out of that. Hope you guys are enjoying your Friday. We'll talk to you in a couple minutes. It's the Captain Show, sponsored by Wingstop, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Koppel talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I can actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
The Salt Dogs are back with the best lineup for a night out in Lincoln, including Fireworks Fridays. Every weekend homestand at Haymarket Park begins with baseball and post-game fireworks set to your favorite music. Baseball, a big light show, and the best view in town. There's no better place to be on a summer night in Lincoln. Lead off your weekend the right way with Fireworks Fridays. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
Bagels and Joe is in full summer mode. They'll add cold foam to the top of any iced coffee. Plus, they now have a Joe Coffee Club. Get unlimited drip coffee for just $8.95 per month. And don't forget their delicious breakfast burritos and sandwiches. Bagels and Joe, 4 Lincoln locations.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsuranceNE.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
Partly cloudy skies and comfortable for late July. We'll top out at around 83 this afternoon. Winds out of the south at 10 to 15. We'll expect partly cloudy skies again tonight with a low down to around 60, and really more of the same for the start of the weekend. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a high of 85. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Empire Fence and Netting in Waverly is now hiring for several positions. They're looking for a fence installer for both commercial and residential, for local projects, and ones that require travel. They also have openings for operators, dirt work, welding positions, and applicants with CDLs are very desirable. If you're looking for a locally operated business that provides excellent work for customers and great benefits and care for its employees, email info@empire-fence.com or give them a call at 402-682-7658. Empire Fence and Netting. You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Mike Shaver here for Trek CBD. Summer is here, and that means you're having garage parties with neighbors, hitting the golf course and the pool. The drink of this summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs, 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD at 84th and Andermatt and TrekCBD.com. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySaveIt.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back here on the Captain Show, sponsored by Wingstop 93.7, The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Standard with you, 402-464-5685. The Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Once again, here in the next couple minutes here, probably next segment, I got to figure out a way to give away Salt Dogs tickets. It'll be a trivia question. We'll give away Salt Dogs tickets for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's Fireworks Friday tonight, I know. Once again, I got to do the BP with it's BP with DP officially, but DP's out of town, so I'm filling in for him. So I'll be taking some hacks on Haymarket Park today. But anyway, so I need to figure out a way to give away Salt Dogs tickets. We got some tickets for tonight's game, which is Fireworks Fridays, tomorrow's, which is select $2 tall boys, which is intriguing. And then I can't remember what Sunday. I'll have to look up Sunday for you guys. So we'll have 3 opportunities to win some Salt Dogs tickets for this weekend series. Once again, BP with Nick, I guess, is tonight for the Salt Dogs game. All right, so Eric Shenander spoke today after practice, was asked a couple things. We mentioned the interior defensive line kind of being an issue or a talking point. Caleb Tanner was asked about Caleb Tanner a little bit today, but we'll start out with this one instead. Shenander, on what is the focus of the first 3 days of practices?
Yeah, so practice 1 and 2. Like I said, it's in underwears and helmets. So it's more about, can we get scheme? Can we get lined up? Can we practice appropriately? Can we get proper leverage? We're not tackling people, but can we get proper leverage, and can we get proper form in the tackle? Can we communicate like crazy? And then it's kind of dumping. We had an opportunity in the spring and in the summertime to meet with the guys a little bit, and we dumped a lot of the install in. So we're putting it in fast here in the spring, and it's getting that stuff in quick and reviewing it until we get to the pads and we can start putting some movement and pressure and stuff like that in. I don't like doing that with no pads because there's too many bodies getting thrown around. So it's more about base, first and second down. Now today we got an opportunity to move around a little bit. We got an opportunity. Coach Frost put us in some situations, some team pass and some second long, and then play the result. So now we got a little tiny taste of second and long and third down, and we'll keep building on those situations as we go.
So there's Eric Shenander on kind of what the focus of the first 3 days of practices are. Here's something to keep kind of in the back of your guys' mind as we go along through fall camp. When we talk about install and the X's and O's part of it, I think there's a lot of people, kind of including myself, banking on the defense to take a step forward from last year. Despite losing all the experienced guys in the secondary, they continue with the same coaches, other than Tony Tuioti obviously leaving for Oregon. And when you think about just being able to have that continuity with the guys in the room, plus with the same coaches, it's okay. There might be a little bit of room to breathe for the offense if it starts out a little slower against Northwestern. Now, it would be a problem with the offense specifically if it goes for over a course of a couple games. But I think it's okay if the offense comes out a little sluggish or starts out a little slow, maybe even a little sloppy throughout the first half of Northwestern. Now, once again, you got to make those in-game adjustments and figure out what's working. But that's where the defense is really going to need to step up and come out guns a-blazing right out of the gate. I think that's a big part of it. So defense is kind of, and give credit to Eric Shenander because he's been able to kind of evolve this defense every single year, which is a big reason why he's still here despite going 3-9 last year. It's because the defense wasn't the issue. Defense was not the issue for Nebraska football last year. Okay, speaking about the secondary, let's talk about competition in the secondary. They added Tommy Hill. They added Kane Williams from Alabama. They added Omar Brown, the former UNI Panther. So they've added a couple bodies in that secondary. Miles Farmer was talking to the media a little bit today as well. But I'll keep this in the back of your mind as well. Like, they're looking for their next Cam Taylor-Britt. Who's going to be that leader in that room? Can Tommy Hill come in from Arizona State and do it? Or will you need a Miles Farmer to step up? How about a Quentin Newsome? Quentin Newsome went to Big Ten Media Days. So what's that tell you about his position in that room? So here's Eric Shenander on the competition in the secondary.
Yeah, I think that whole back end right now, you name a position, safety, nickel, corner, there's great competition everywhere. And I think we've got very, very competent bodies everywhere, guys that are going to compete. And I think it's going to be probably very hard for Coach Fisher and myself to pick that starting 4 or 5. The good news is we've got guys where I feel like we can rotate more at safety, which we haven't always been able to do. We can rotate a little bit at corner or put a third corner out if we need to. But with that being said, when we get to the scrimmage and we have to actually tackle people, that'll separate the men from the boys a little bit.
Ooh. When we have to tackle, that'll separate the men from the boys a little bit. I like hearing that. So speaking about leadership here, this came from Jimmy Watkins of the Omaha World Herald. He tweeted out a picture of Miles Farmer. Says this, quote, Miles Farmer says Nebraska's DBs are staying back today for a player-run film session. He mentioned that Noah Pola-Gates, Quentin Newsome, himself, and a couple others have been leading those meetings after practice. He says, quote, that's just being a leader, being a real teammate. Player-run film session from a couple of the guys in the secondary. So I think that's kind of something to keep in the back of our minds as well. All right, let's talk a little bit about this new 4-3 look for Nebraska football. Because... And with all these thoughts, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, because I want to know where your guys is. Are we panicked about the defense? Are we nervous about the defense? Because obviously a big talking point this entire offseason has been offense because of all the changes. So the defense is kind of just flying under the radar a little bit in terms of conversation. Maybe that's okay. And in all honesty, like if this offseason we don't talk about them and then throughout the fall they just put up a pretty strong season, what a great feeling to where it was, all right, as a fan base, as media, we judged this thing correctly to where Nebraska's defense was not something that we needed to worry about and needed to be concerned about. And they just went out there and did their job, and now we're able to hang our hat on that from here on out. That the defense is just always going to be consistent. Something that we know we can bank on. Just have something that every single season or for the next couple years with the guys in that room, you just feel confident about. And you don't have to worry about it. Will there be mistakes? Will there be a couple poor games? Absolutely. But that's where then the offense needs to step up. Special teams needs to do their job as well. So I want to know your panic. Are we concerned at all? Should we start talking more about the defense and how they're going to be able to replace those guys either up front in Damian Daniels and DeAndre Thomas or on the back end in the secondary? Let me know. 402-464-5685, or you can hit me up on Twitter, Nick_Standard as well. So let's talk about the interior of the defensive line here before we have to take another break. Shenander was asked about them today.
Yeah. So Stefan's done some really nice things here. Obviously, one day in pads. We were in underwears the last couple days, so it's hard to tell those defensive linemen. But he did some nice things today. Nash has done a really nice job. Colton Feast has done a really nice job inside. Mosai Newsome's coming along. And then, obviously, like you said, as soon as we can make sure we have all our T's crossed and our I's dotted with Devin Drew, we'll get him here as soon as possible and get him caught up to speed, and we're expecting a lot out of him as well.
Colton Feist? That's a name I wasn't expecting to hear out of that. How about Mosai Newsome? Another name you're not expecting to hear out of that discussion as well. Now, obviously, it's fall. Like you said, third day of practice. Like, how much do you take away from it? It is what it is. Jory says this on the text line. Productivity-wise, Rogers left, but Mathis was statistically better. Added Wynn and Drew. Kane Williams added as well. Will Honus transferring means that the linebacker room is talented. I think Nebraska's defense should improve. So let's piece that, or let's take that piece apart piece by piece. Rogers left, but Mathis was statistically better. Rogers, unfortunately for Casey, just could not stay on the field. When he was on the field, he was one of Nebraska's best guys up front. And you kind of have to take that with a grain of salt because you couldn't see it in consistent, like for a consistent amount of time, right? So you kind of have to guess at what it would look like if they could stack a couple games on top of a couple games for Casey Rogers, and he would have been one of Nebraska's better guys up front. But injuries plagued him. And with O'Shawn Mathis, you look at his year a couple years ago where he had the 40-some tackles. And that was his year that he really exploded. Now, if they can get I will look up O'Shawn for you guys, and I'll read off his numbers. If they can get this type of season from O'Shawn Mathis, then Nebraska is going to be just fine. Let's see. So it would have been 2020. He had 46 total tackles, and I guess last year he had 45. So he's had 3 straight seasons of 40 plus tackles. But what stuck out to me in 2020, that was the season that I was referring to. 9 sacks. 9 sacks. Had 4 last year, which Nebraska would be okay with, but had 9 in the previous year. If they can get a 9-sack season out of either O'Shawn or Garrett Nelson, Nebraska's going to be just fine. Just fine. But once again, we'll see how O'Shawn kind of, accustoms to Nebraska. Jory talks about Stephon Wynn and Devin Drew. Stephon Wynn, I'll say this, approach with caution on the Kool-Aid with Stephon Wynn. Now, obviously, it's attractive because he came from a place like Alabama, right? But you also have to look at kind of the playing time and the situations that he did find experience in at Alabama. Now, that's not a knock on Stephon Wynn, right? It's like if you can play at Alabama, take it as a Husker volleyball backup, right? They're just as good as everybody else, but there's something small that's separating them from being a starter or being a role player, right? So I think that's where Stephon Wynn's at. I would not expect to Stephon Wynn, and this is where the transfer portal can actually help sustain a program over time, is because you get a guy like Stephon Wynn who will be in your program for a couple years, and you're able to develop him. While a guy like Devin Drew, Nebraska looks at as more of an immediate impact, with this being his final year. However, he's not on campus yet, as Coach Shenander alluded to. But you expect Devin Drew to have more of an instant impact rather than Stephon Wynn. So I would approach with caution coming in saying Stephon Wynn and just kind of penciling him in. Not saying Jory was doing this, but just kind of penciling in Stephon Wynn. I would approach with caution. Kane Williams as well on the backside. I think it's a similar situation. You had depth, man. You had depth. And it's extremely sexy and extremely attractive having a guy come from Alabama. Yeah. Yeah, be careful. Approach. You were worried about what I was going to say after that, Rico. You were worried. Will Honus transferring to K-State shows that linebacker room is talented. I think it shows that it's talented, and I also think that it shows it's deep, and maybe Will Honus just wasn't allowed back as well. I think that might have been to an extent as well. Jory says this more of a depth thing that makes me feel good. LOL. Bingo. Bingo, bingo. What do I say? Bingo, bango, bongo. Depth. Something Nebraska has not had, Rico. Depth. Okay, so before we get to break, we have this unnamed texter so I see the preview. It says hot take, and I have to open it. Hot take. It'll be extremely obvious how important Damian Daniels was for the first few games of this season. I would have thought that as well if they were still in a 3-4. I would have thought that as well if they were still in a 3-4. I think the move from the 3-4 to the 4-3 is extremely beneficial for Nebraska's personnel where they're having it right now because it allows some smaller guys to play inside. We saw it last year, unnamed texter, that in the Iowa game, you really noticed the absence of Damian Daniels. Really noticed the absence of Damian Daniels. Not necessarily at the start of the game, but about halfway through the third quarter, you did. Because Iowa is a team that they're just going to keep running it down your throat, even if it hasn't been successful. And Damian Daniels, once again, as you guys know, didn't register the number of tackles that we would have liked him to see. Maybe not the quarterback pressures or the hurries or anything like that. But one thing's for sure, that man just took up space. That man just took space and swallowed it whole. Don't look at me like that, Rico. Rico, if you're going to criticize me so much, hop on the mic. Say it to my face. So I don't know. The guy just took up a lot of space. So now with this transition to the 4-3, you don't need a guy that's 310 pounds to play in the middle. You can have guys that are 280, right? I mean, just imagine this front of, and I believe Coach Shenander was asked about this. Let's see, where's that? Yep, so here you go. So think about this front where Mathis can transition inside if they want to go a little smaller. You have Garrett Nelson lined up either way because they can swap them. Garrett Nelson, we'll throw in Nash Hutmacher, O'Shawn Mathis, Caleb Tanner. Mathis and Hutmacher are the two interior guys. Or you can have it where Devin Drew and Mathis are the interior guys. Stephon Wynn and Mathis. Literally, that one other interior guy is interchangeable. But Shenander was actually asked about a possible scenario where Mathis, Tanner, and Nelson will be all on the field at the same time. And here's what he had to say.
Well, I think if you're a good coach, you probably put your best guys in the field all the time. So if they're the three best pass rushers, we got to get them out there. And we've
okay, time out. Hold on. Let's replay this because this is gold. This is gold. This is what I wanted to hear. Going into a season off of a 3-9 year. We'll play this again.
I think if you're a good coach, you probably put your best guys in the field all the time. So if they're the
bingo, bango, bongo. I'm just saying. Get on the mic, Rico. Because that excites me.
Stop trying to make bingo, bango, bongo a thing. It's not a thing.
It could be my thing. Get your best athletes on the field.
That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. It's beautiful.
Amen, Eric Shenander. Amen.
Can I get a hallelujah?
Amen. Thank you.
That's it. That's all I'm asking for.
That's all we ask for.
That's it.
And maybe we mean it more towards the offense. Get your best guys on the field. Because, if we think, thank you, Rico.
Yeah, no problem.
If you think back to years past on the offense, maybe it's a welcoming sight just to hear that within the program. Because defense, maybe that problem hasn't been an issue. But here's the thing. On offense, there's been problems with putting out the right personnel onto the field. There's been problems with that. And if that thought process is on the defensive side, I sure hope that thought process is on the offensive side as well. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll keep diving into this. 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Both those continue to be open for you guys. I want to hear from you guys all day. You guys have been awesome. We'll just be kind of chilling here through till 3 o'clock. And then at 3:30, I got to go down to Haymarket for BP with Nick because we're making that a thing today. Just today. After today, it's BP with DP still. But today, it's BP with Nick. Strickland will join me out there as well, so that's going to be a fun time. In the next 30 minutes, 15 minutes or so, we'll give away some Salt Dogs tickets, so make sure you stick around for that. We got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday tickets and a parking pass, all available for you guys as long as you can just stop by the station and pick it up. It's the Captain Show, sponsored by Wingstop. You can hit me up on Twitter, Nick_Sainert as well. I want to hear from you guys. We'll be right back. Husker football, 29 days away.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides. Shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
The 2022 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and we need you in Memorial Stadium this fall. A customizable Husker football 3-game mini plan is on sale now for only $180. To purchase your 2022 Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111. Go Big Red.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
Partly cloudy skies and comfortable for late July. We'll top out at around 83 this afternoon. Winds out of the south at 10 to 15. We'll expect partly cloudy skies again tonight with a low down to around 60, and really more of the same for the start of the weekend. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a high of 85. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Empire Fence and Netting in Waverly is now hiring for several positions. They're looking for a fence installer for both commercial and residential, for local projects, and ones that require travel. They also have openings for operators, dirt work, welding positions, and applicants with CDLs are very desirable. If you're looking for a locally operated business that provides excellent work for customers and great benefits and care for its employees, email info@empire-fence.com or give them a call at 402-682-7658. Empire Fence and Netting.
Mike Shaver here for Trek CBD. Summer is here, and that means you're having garage parties with neighbors, hitting the golf course and the pool. The drink of this summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs, 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD at 84th and Andermatt and TrekCBD.com. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Koppel talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I can actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
The weather in Nebraska is unpredictable every day, and that's no fun when you're trying to golf. Double Eagle Golf in West Lincoln is now open to let you play in perfect indoor conditions daily. Double Eagle Golf has 5 simulator bays to hit in, by far the most in Lincoln. It has a fully stocked bar with beers and cocktails for you to enjoy while you play. Double Eagle Golf is open each weekday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., so you can start the day there, take a client over lunch, or end the night with friends. Check out Double Eagle Golf today inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Dana Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Dana Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Dana Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Dana Trucking. Learn more and apply today at danatrucking.com.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsurancene.com.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back. It's the Captain Show, sponsored by Wingstop. However, no captain today. Nick Sander with you. I'm currently watching Rico put barbecue chips into his Good Sense sandwich and take a bite. So, he didn't get a bite. He couldn't bite the chips, so he had to put it back into his sandwich. He couldn't hear me, so that makes it 10 times greater because Rico could not hear what I was talking about. So that makes it great. I got a text during the break that people are liking Bingo Bango Bongo. So send it in on the text line, 402-464-5685. Should I trademark the phrase Bingo Bango Bongo as mine? It made Bach laugh. Bach likes it. So hold on. Bryce said this. Bingo Bango Bongo. That's all he said. Nick just out here quoting Meet the Fockers all day. Rico's mad because he has the term heller coined or whatever as his. And he doesn't, his problem, because Rico's selfish. Okay, not selfish, but just, he just wants his thing to be his thing. He doesn't want me to have my own phrase of Bingo Bango Bongo.
That's not what it is. It's just terrible.
Oh, somebody says, Nick, I don't think you need the trademark. Nobody's stealing Bingo Bango Bongo. Because it's great. You should. Here we go, Willie. Oh, Bingo Bango Bongo is a golf game? I know it from somewhere. Thomas and Lincoln says Rico is very selfish. Oh, Jory with the heller is bad. Oh no. Rico, that's like taking a shot at your personal self-esteem. That is horrible. Hey, don't do that. You're on the stream. That's horrible. You are a mean person. Just keep stuff in your face. Yep. Grab that chip. Nice work. All right. 402-464-5685. The Honda of Lincoln hotline. The Starter Heyman text line. Both those going to be open for you. Bingo Bango Bongo. Downtown Scott says, bang, bang, bang the drum. We don't have a drum. So we're not Purdue, unfortunately. Oh, shoot. Downtown Scott. Okay, so maybe I need to not say Bingo Bango Bongo. Because of the scene that is in Meet the Fockers. You look at the text line, Rico, and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's from Downtown Scott. Hey, I appreciate you guys educating me. Because, as you know, age, here it is. Mr. Unlimited says, my friend used to say hello like that to people on Halo long before Rico, so his trademark is false. Well, so what's interesting is when I went to Germany, obviously hello in German is like hallo or whatever. It got kind of addicted to saying it that way. Jory says that heller is bad, but he only means that in the most truthful and friendly of ways. There you go, Rico. Don't worry about it. He was being friendly about it. It's all good. You can count on Rico. Oh, somebody says cancel heller. Oh no. This is.
How about I block you? How about that?
How's that sound? Don't do that. Don't do that to 4491. Come on, you don't want to do that to 4491.
Don't you guys come for me. Don't do this. All right? Don't come for me.
Oh, Chase B. Chase B says DP does the heller better than Rico.
He doesn't, first off. He's not even here. You don't have to
funny.
You don't have to kiss butt. He's not here. He's not listening. He's busy. All right? Don't do that. That's my thing. I'm the best at it.
See,
you're just going to have to settle for
This is Rico.
You're just going to have to deal with it.
I'm going to turn your mic down so I can talk. You have to have your thing. Like you're always like, It's got to be my guys, my dudes, and it's my thing. You can't steal it because it's not my thing.
No, that's not a thing. That's not a thing.
The my guys, my dude thing?
That's not me like taking ownership. That's just me saying like I enjoy this person. This person is great to me.
Let's go ahead and go down the list of Rico's guys.
You don't even have all of them.
I don't have them all, but we have a couple. So far for Rico's dudes, we have Bryce McGowan's. On Rico's guys, a lot of Husker basketball players. I forgot about this one. So we have Thorbjorn,
Thorbjarnarsson, say his name right.
Thorbjarnarsson.
All right? You respect the GOAT. Watch it.
I have the video saved of his dad. I clipped the video of his dad saying his name
the right way.
Oh my gosh,
I love it.
It is so
I wish
satisfying.
I could say it that way, but I can't.
I should send it to you so you can clip it so we can play it over the air.
Thorbjarnarsson. I can't say it correctly, and it kills me.
Iceland or whatever it's from.
Reykjavik? No.
We got to find it. I'll send it to you during the break here because we have a short segment, which is why we're talking about nonsense right now. So Rico's guys, Thorir, Ivan Wager Ogo.
I miss him every day.
The Grand Canyon standout.
Mm-hmm. Did you know GCU? Lopers. UNK, where I went? Lopers.
Really?
Yep. He never left my heart.
The Grand Canyon's the Lopers?
They are.
I don't believe you.
GCU, baby.
Why wouldn't they be like...
They're the Antelopes. The Lopers.
Okay, so they're the Grand
Well,
Canyon
UNK is also the Antelopes, but
mascot.
it's the Lopers.
Here we go. Thunder the Antelope.
Yep.
An antelope has been GCU's mascot since '81, replacing the first mascot, a furry. Purple.
I'm sorry, a what?
Okay. So... Okay, so I didn't continue the sentence. I needed to continue the sentence. Okay, so let me try this again. Let's run it back. Okay, an antelope has been GCU's mascot since '81, replacing the first mascot, a furry purple blob known as the Purple People Eater.
You stopped at a terrible spot.
I saw the comma, so I thought it was literally just a furry.
I was not prepared for that.
We gotta clip that. We gotta clip that later.
I'm sorry, a what?
Okay, so once again, so GCU's mascot used to be a furry purple blob known as the Purple People Eater. What? You have a mascot named the Purple People Eater?
Sounds like the Vikings defense back in the day.
There you go. Nice work. Nice one, Rico.
Tom would be proud of me.
Okay, so let's go back here. So Rico's guys. Ivan Wager-Ogo. Noah Pula Gates.
Still my guy.
Bryce Matthews.
Still my guy.
Lat.
Definitely my guy.
Okay.
He's tearing it up in
How
Australia.
about Andrew McCutcheon?
I love Andrew McCutcheon with all my heart.
Is
Dreaded Andrew McCutcheon was better.
Okay, so Andrew Dreaded. I put that.
Dreaded Andrew McCutcheon was better.
Dreaded. Okay, safe.
It's very.
I need to release this list once it gets a little.
I mean,
longer.
obviously Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, is he a dude or a guy?
Oh, that's my guy.
Okay.
That's my guy.
Denver Nuggets Carmelo or New York
All
Knicks?
of them.
All Carmelo
all of them.
Anthony's.
All the Mellos. Olympic Mello, hoodie Mello.
All Carmelo Anthony.
Off-season workout Mello. Atlanta Hawks Mello. Chicago Bulls Mello.
I forgot about Chicago Bulls Mello. Oh, man. Okay, so anybody else that I'm missing?
I'm sure there are.
I'm sure there's a couple.
There's definitely a couple.
Was Feldarius your guy?
Feldarius is my dude.
Your dude.
That's
oh,
my dude.
We have a second dude. So
That's
it's
my dude.
Bryce and Feldarius.
Nori's my guy.
Okay, Nori.
Thor's already on there. Yeah. Thor was the first
He was the
one.
number one. He was number one.
Thor's the number one.
Nuri. Okay. How about, okay, so what about Bryce says Carmelo is a dud. That's awkward.
I almost said things I can't say on air. Bryce.
Craig says, did Lat enter the portal? No, he's tearing it up in Australia right now.
Yeah, he's a dude.
Yeah. Oh, is he your dude?
No, he's my guy, but
Okay.
he's a dude.
He's a dude.
He's averaging like 22 and 8.
Oh, what about Wilhelm?
Oh, yeah, that's my guy.
What about Oleg?
I love Oleg.
Dude, a lot of
Nebraska basketball players. This is weird.
Yeah, this is well, because like they're good, but they're bad.
Don't stop. Stop.
So they have
CJ Wilson said Wilhelm came back and he'd already dunked on 2 dudes in practice. So
he has dunked on guys. He has dunked on guys. I still can't get over that the GCU's mascot used to be the Purple People Eater.
Stopped in a terrible spot.
Was furry.
Oh, what?
That is so funny. Is DUI Mello also your guy?
No, that's my dude. Turning kids away for autographs in Denver, Mello. It's my dude.
Okay, I'm okay. I'm gonna put that on there. Number 3, DUI Mello. DUI. I'm gonna be like
getting his.
I'm gonna be like Dwee Mello.
The only reason he cut his hair is because he lost a bet in a video game. Mello. Never should have cut the braids.
That's funny. All right, we got to get to break. This 2 hours has gone really quick. Oh my god,
my abs hurt.
We need to clip that. I'll also send you the clip of Thor's dad saying his name.
I love him
because it's fantastic. So I have that video saved. So I gotta.
If anybody knows where I can get a Thor jersey, because I believe he's playing professionally in Iceland. If anybody knows where I can get one of those, I would be greatly appreciative.
We'll update you on Thor's statistics.
Yes,
when we come back, because Husker basketball, well, not right around the corner, but I mean it's coming up. Kind of
like a couple corners.
I mean, yeah, I mean it's just a couple blocks away. So Strick went to practice yesterday.
He did.
So, I mean, I guess if you want to know all your basketball stuff, it's definitely good.
Maybe ask the guy who played basketball.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we dabbled.
I didn't. You didn't. I played 2K.
We need to have a 2K game, Rico.
So I can smoke you? Sure.
Get out of here. My goodness.
You will lose.
Somebody asked, how do I win tickets for tonight's Salt Dogs game? Make me laugh. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
Name 3 of my guys.
No, we'll do that in the next break or next segment. We do have to take 4 because I continue not to take 4.
It's fine.
Throughout the entire show today because I just keep talking. So we'll take 4. This next one will get super, super short. So when we come back, we'll update you on Thor's statistics. We'll hear his dad say his name, and we'll give away Salt Dogs tickets for tonight and Sunday's game. The tickets for Saturday's game have been taken. So when we come back, we'll do all that. Stick with us. 93.7 The Ticket. We're having fun on a Friday. Don't go anywhere. See ya.
Hey, Steve.
Welcome to Great Clips.
Great Clips asks, what's the difference between good and great?
Come on back and have a seat.
Good asks you what haircut you'd like.
I have all your details from last time. Would you like the same haircut today?
Great already knows. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details so you can get the same thing as last time, every time. Download our online check-in app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket.
Good morning from Indianapolis.
93.7 The Ticket from Lucas Oil Stadium.
We're out here, Lucas Oil Stadium, for the Big Ten Media Day. Big Ten Media Day.
Big Ten Football Media Day.
Nobody brought you more live coverage of Big Ten Media Days. When there's an event that matters to you, 93.7 The Ticket is there. 93.7 The Ticket. Lincoln's real sports talk.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
Mike Shaver here for Trek CBD. Summer is here, and that means you're having garage parties with neighbors, hitting the golf course and the pool. The drink of this summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs, 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD at 84th and Andermatt and TrekCBD.com. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
Time for a new air conditioner? Bryant offers some of the most efficient available, up to 26 SEER. Call 467-1111 to schedule your free estimate or visit BryantLincoln.com.
The weather in Nebraska is unpredictable every day, and that's no fun when you're trying to golf. Double Eagle Golf in West Lincoln is now open to let you play in perfect indoor conditions daily. Double Eagle Golf has 5 simulator bays to hit in, by far the most in Lincoln. It has a fully stocked bar with beers and cocktails for you to enjoy while you play. Double Eagle Golf is open each weekday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., so you can start the day there, take a client over lunch, or end the night with friends. Check out Double Eagle Golf today inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Partly cloudy skies and comfortable for late July. We'll top out at around 83 this afternoon. Winds out of the south at 10 to 15. We'll expect partly cloudy skies again tonight with a low down to around 60, and really more of the same for the start of the weekend. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a high of 85. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff@brokersinsurancenE.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Empire Fence and Netting in Waverly is now hiring for several positions. They're looking for a fence installer for both commercial and residential, for local projects, and ones that require travel. They also have openings for operators, dirt work, welding positions, and applicants with CDLs are very desirable. If you're looking for a locally operated business that provides excellent work for customers and great benefits and care for its employees, email info@empire-fence.com or give them a call at 402-682-7658. Empire Fence and Netting.
I grew up hearing that women are bad with money, but like many of you, I spent years paying bills, managing checking accounts, and taking care of my family. So turns out women are pretty good with money after all. And now I'm taking control of my financial future by saving for retirement. It's never too late to start, and there's a great website to help you. Check out WeSaySaveIt.org and jumpstart your retirement savings on your budget and your timeline. That's WeSaySaveIt.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
3-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn will get it to the 24-yard line.
Coming at you live from the Coppels Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by Wingstop. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Ah, yeah!
All right, so bad news. I must have deleted the video that of Thor's dad saying his name. So I looked through my camera roll. So unfortunately, don't have the video anymore. Maybe I posted it on my Twitter. I don't know. Oh, well, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so here's how you can win these Saw Dogs tickets. We got 2 4-packs, 2 tickets, 2 things of tickets. I can't remember how many are there. Here we go. Looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4 tickets for tonight's game and Sunday's game against the Fargo Moorhead Redhawks for the Salt Dogs. And here's what you have to do. Text in this answer to the question. Connor Culp went 50% on field goals last year. Or excuse me, over his career. Well, he was 50% last year, 6 of 12. I need to know what his longest field goal made was last year and who he hit it against. Who was Nebraska playing and how far of a field goal did Connor Culp hit? And here's the thing. Mississippi Mud Dog, incorrect. Close, but incorrect. You, with the answer on the text line as well, you need to tell me what night you want, Friday or Sunday. Friday night's game tonight starts at 7:05 p.m. Sundays starts at 1:05 p.m. So in your text, make sure that you say what night you want, Friday or Sunday. There you go, Mississippi Mud Dog. So I want the question once again tell me which night you want the tickets. And I need you to answer this question. What game did Connor Culp hit his longest field goal, and how long was the field goal? Who was Nebraska playing? How long was the field goal? Unnamed texter gets it right. 3329. I'll text you real quick. Bryce Close. I would try that again. Okay, so Saturdays are already taken. Let's see. Dang, Mississippi Mud Dog, chill. Okay, so Fridays are taken. Craig, so if Craig wants Sunday's tickets, you can have them. We already had Fridays. If you text back in, if you want Sunday's tickets, you can get them. 1:05 first pitch. So Dane gets Friday's tickets. So Dane, stop by the station. We'll have him waiting for you to pick them up. Craig, let me know if you want Sundays. Bryce, super close again. Try again. Craig, let me know if you want Sundays, and we'll be able to hook you up. If not, then we'll do another trivia question. All right, trivia questions closed. Okay, sounds good then. Craig does not want him for Sunday. So next person to say that they want him for Sunday and get the answer right will have Sunday's tickets for a 1:05 first pitch between the Salt Dogs and the Fargo Moorhead Redhawks. So let me know. 402-464-5685. Honda of Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line. Ready for you guys whenever you want. All right, let's see it. Waiting. Okay, Bryce, you're close, man. Bryce, you skipped right over it. Bryce, you skipped right over the number. Try it again. Chase B, you're close. It seems like it's a fight between Bryce and Chase B for who gets Sunday's tickets to the Salt Dogs. Once again, Connor Culp hit his long field goal last year of how long and against who? There it is, Bryce. Congratulations. You win 51 yards against Oklahoma. 51 yards against Oklahoma was the right answer. So Dane and Bryce, stop by the station, pick up your tickets. Bryce, you get Sundays. Dane, you get tonight's. And we will hook you guys up with tickets and a parking pass. So thanks to the Salt Dogs for letting us do that. All right, let's go ahead and take a break here. We will, when we come back, we'll dive into more Husker football discussion. Appreciate you guys playing. Bryce says that was my first answer. My bad, man. I didn't see it. Chase B, yeah, you were close. Chase B kept answering 52, 53, 56. You were close. No cigar, though. Thomas and Lincoln made a joke, says 10 yards against Ohio State. Maybe. I wouldn't have been surprised. All right, that'll be it for the first segment of the 1 o'clock hour. When we come back, we'll dive into more of Shenander's thoughts. 402-464-5685. Keep me company. Let's keep it rolling on the Friday on the Ticket.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. if you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
The 2022 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and we need you in Memorial Stadium this fall. A customizable Husker football 3-game mini plan is on sale now for only $180. To purchase your 2022 Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111. Go Big Red.
You belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
The weather in Nebraska is unpredictable every day, and that's no fun when you're trying to golf. Double Eagle Golf in West Lincoln is now open to let you play in perfect indoor conditions daily. Double Eagle Golf has 5 simulator bays to hit in, by far the most in Lincoln, and has a fully stocked bar with beers and cocktails for you to enjoy while you play. Double Eagle Golf is open each weekday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., so you can start the day there, take a client over lunch, or end the night with friends. Check out Double Eagle Golf today inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Hey, Steve. Welcome to Great Clips.
Great Clips asks, what's the difference between good and great?
Come on back and have a seat.
Good asks you what haircut you'd like.
I have all your details from last time. Would you like the same haircut today?
Great already knows. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details so you can get the same thing as last time, every time. Download our online check-in app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go.
Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Call Nebraska Auto Detail today at 402-601-5086. Empire Fence and Netting in Waverly is now hiring for several positions. They're looking for a fence installer for both commercial and residential, for local projects, and ones that require travel. They also have openings for operators, dirt work, welding positions, and applicants with CDLs are very desirable. If you're looking for a locally operated business that provides excellent work for customers and great benefits and care for its employees, email info@empire-fence.com or give them a call at 402-682-7658. Empire Fence and Netting.
And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for the... And there they go, almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff.
like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Partly cloudy skies and comfortable for late July. We'll top out at around 83 this afternoon. Winds out of the south at 10 to 15. We'll expect partly cloudy skies again tonight with a low down to around 60, and really more of the same for the start of the weekend. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a high of 85. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
We stand on the shoulders of women who came before us.
Women who fought for their own financial futures.
And now it's our turn.
Join us. Visit WeSaySaveIt.org and take control of your financial future by saving for retirement.
A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Wait till I get my money right.
Back with Vershawn Jackson. Sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here on the Captain Show, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sander with you. No Vershawn Jackson today. Just unable to make it today. That's all right. So I'm hanging out with you guys solo for 3 hours, then happy hour. Well, actually, you guys have been hearing me since about 10 a.m. this morning, so I apologize. But I'm here till about 3 o'clock. Then I got to go to BP with Nick with the Salt Dogs, so that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Here's something that Travis Fisher said today. Once again, comes from Jimmy Watkins of the Omaha World Herald. Says, Quentin Newsome used to, quote, get in trouble for not knowing where Nebraska's freshman DBs were at all times. Day one of camp, Quentin Newsome moved his book bag from the front to the back of the room to sit by a freshman. So there's that out of camp, according to Travis Fisher. Okay, so I realized that talking about the defensive front, we never continued that soundbite from Eric Shenander about where Mathis, Tanner, and Garrett Nelson could all be on the field together. So let's go ahead and continue that. I stopped it when I said that when I was excited to hear that they're going to put all their best players or best athletes out there all at the same time, but we haven't heard the rest of the quote. So here's once again Eric Shenander on the scenario where O'Shawn Mathis, Caleb Tanner, who looks massive, by the way, Caleb Tanner and Garrett Nelson will all be on the field at the same time.
Well, I think if you're a good coach, you probably put your best guys in the field all the time. So if they're the three best pass rushers, we got to get them out there. And we've already started that talk a little bit. You got to have a plan for when they're all available, and you got to have a plan for when they're not all available, whether it's somebody's tired or somebody gets nicked up a little bit. But, you watch the NFL, there's so many personnel changes and packages. We've got to adapt to that and have some packages as well.
Eric Shenander was asked more about Caleb Tanner, and here's what he had to say.
Gosh, he's doing a lot of really good things right now. Great effort, great enthusiasm, becoming a leader. And it was huge to get him back. Obviously, Garrett's back. He's back. We got an addition of O'Shawn, and we got the young guys, Blaze and Jamari, that are growing up. So I feel really good about that rotation along with a couple of freshmen right now. So him coming back for a fifth year was really big for our team.
He was asked also with Caleb Tanner, how does he compare to other outside linebackers, right? And here's what Shenander had to say.
I think if you just talk about movement skills and straight line speed, I think Caleb, that whole room is pretty good right now, but I think Caleb is probably at the top of that skill set. And so he's really fun to watch in practice. You don't want a ball to break in a run or something like that, but it's really fun to watch him run those down right now. It's really fun to watch him turn the corner on pass rush. I really like what he's doing.
Once again, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, both those open for you guys the rest of the day today, as well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. And I guess, once again, I asked the question earlier, and I got some decent feedback, but I neglected to read them. So I apologize on that for asking about it and then not even reading them. But about our panic level or concern for the defense this year. And I remember seeing a lot of responses about, no, we're feeling pretty good about the defense. Tater said this, no concern at all. And I think that might be, I don't know. I would say there's a little bit of curiosity. I think that might be a better way to describe the defense, because there is something encouraging about the idea of having all three of those guys rush the passer, right? Having all three of those guys available to rush the passer. You got to stay healthy, right? Just please stay healthy. Because when we talk about all these uncontrollable variables for Nebraska, and whether or not, when you talk about putting personnel on the field and things like that, we're just automatically chalking it up that these guys are all going to be healthy. When in reality, one of the uncontrollable variables with every program, but even Nebraska, injuries. I mean, how do we feel about the depth on the defensive side? I think we feel a lot better about it in the secondary because of the transfers. Don't forget, you still have a guy like Tyreek Johnson who, former 5-star, went to Ohio State, but haven't heard much from him so far once he made the transition to Lincoln. We have this. All my panic is on the offensive line. Okay. Understandably so. I think then on the defensive line side of things, I'm not sure physicality is going to be a problem. I don't think physicality is going to be a problem. Eric Shenander talked about Caleb Tanner's speed coming off the edge there. Garrett Nelson, we know, is fast. And if you've seen pictures of Garrett Nelson or even seen him in person, it's like standing next to a giant and a freight train all in one. O'Shawn Mathis is built and has proven experience. Like, we talk about these transfers, especially on the offensive side, needing transfers to hit. But when we look at the defense, you need a transfer to hit like an O'Shawn Mathis, but you feel better about the opportunity or the chances of O'Shawn Mathis panning out. And somebody said something earlier about with hearing names like Colton Feist and Masai Newsome, does it show that Eric Shenander is developing players? And I guess my reaction to that is, was there ever a question that this defensive staff had not been developing? Because if you look at the statistics year after year, they are improving every single time. Every single season, they've improved. And so with that in mind, like, think about the secondary. We know Travis Fisher loves to cross-train all of his defensive backs. Little things like that. If you look at the evolution of Luke Reimer, we're talking about Luke Reimer getting 50, 60 plus tackles this year. And he started out as a walk-on. Nick Henrich came from Burke. He was a 4-star, and he's panned out. You look at the secondary specifically, and just what they did with the guys in the room previous years. Deontay Williams was a JUCO guy that they kind of put over the top. Cam Taylor-Britt, they brought him, or they came in and they developed him pretty well as well. Like they have a proven track record of developing guys and improving as a whole cohesive unit year after year. So that's why I think maybe the panic level shouldn't be too high coming into this year for the defense. For the defense, at least. 402-464-5685, the Honda Lincoln Hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Would love to hear from you guys the entire day today. Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream is also open, as well as my Twitter, Nick_Sainer. Hit me up there. Let me know what comments you may have. Let's get to another Shenander quote here. More about Caleb Tanner. He asks, he was asked about Caleb Tanner's explosion compared to the other outside linebackers.
I think if you just talk about movement skills and straight line speed, I think Caleb, that whole room is pretty good right now. But
Excuse me, we already played that one. Let's switch it. I know, Rico. I'm sorry. I got him mixed up here. Shenander was asked if he's asking anything different from his defense. This is the one I wanted to go to next.
I don't think there's things we're asking them to do differently. I feel like as good as those guys rushed in the spring with the addition of O'Shawn, I feel like we can do some different things on maybe 3rd down and 2nd and long. But I've asked those guys, the whole group, and the defensive line is a huge part of it, that we need to do what we did last year. And in order for us to really take another step, we've got to get a few more sacks and we've got to get a few more turnovers. I'd like a lot more, but if we can get, another sack a game, another turnover a game. And I thought we did a good job of intercepting the ball last year. We didn't get enough punch outs and enough fumble recoveries. So we're really concentrating on that as we start fall camp here.
So that was on Eric Shenander answering the question of if he's asking his defense to do anything different this year compared to last year. And once again, this Nebraska defense last year was 47th in total defense. They allowed 366 yards per game, which accounted for 47th in the country. And yards per play was 5.3. So when you look at this, I like once again, the whole topic for Nebraska's defense last year wasn't that they were getting pressure on the quarterback. It was that they couldn't bring the quarterback down. Right. So then you add the straight line speed of Caleb Tanner, like you mentioned, O'Shawn Mathis as well, and Garrett Nelson on the other side. And there's something to be excited about there because you're adding a lot more speed. And you have 4 guys up front on the line rather than 3. So you don't have to worry about the linebackers having to get through the offensive line as well, the opponent. As much in the 3-4 or in the 4-3 as you have to worry about that in the 3-4. Right? Because if you think about Damian Daniels, we mentioned take up space and just kind of clog holes. But what he also did is he would occupy offensive linemen, allowing a guy like Luke Reimer to get into the backfield, who had 100+ tackles last year. And I undershot Luke Reimer earlier. Thank you, Mississippi Mud Dog. I undershot Luke Reimer extensively earlier when I said 50 to 60. He's going to have plenty more than that. Thank you, Mississippi Mud Dog. Let's go to the Honda Lincoln Hotline before we have to get to break. 402-464-5685. We have Chris on the hotline. Chris, good afternoon. Happy Friday. What's on your mind?
Hey, great show. Yeah, and Chamander does command respect. He's
big time.
Had a really good defense, and so when he speaks and he talks about these things, you tend to really take it to heart more.
I agree.
Although they don't do well against power run teams, and that's a big problem in the Big Ten. But and on the flip side, I don't want to hear Frost all the rest of the. I don't want to hear him.
Interesting.
I want to see what happens. I have no confidence in him and Whipple are on the same page. He wouldn't even mention Whipple's name the other day. He referred to him in the third person in some very strange ways. I thought that was very odd how he danced around that. So I don't have any confidence the offense is coming together.
Chris, do you?
Yeah.
I was going to say, do you? I guess. Well, how should I say this? Do you have confidence in the personnel more than the coaches, or is it all
No.
off the
'Cause
rails?
This is all the same in the last 3-4 years.
Okay.
Oh, we finally have running backs. We finally have receivers. We have everything we need now. It's been the same. This is, repeat, recycle, 3-4 straight years. This is the same conversation we had last year. We had all these great running backs, transfers, new guys. And no, I don't. And wide receiver room was packed last year. Oh my gosh. It was the best wide receiver room Nebraska's ever had. And no, I don't put any confidence in that whatsoever.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate the call. That's an interesting point. I do wonder. I mean, is it? I think part of it also is maybe that's just the way Frost, his demeanor is. Right? We know Frost isn't a huge guy for. I don't want to say theatrics because that's not the right word. Speaking to the media, like that's just not his MO. He doesn't enjoy doing it that often. So I'm not saying to cut him a little bit of slack. Is there some concern that maybe they're not on the same page? I suppose so. But like I've mentioned a couple times, I don't think they need to be on the same page right now on July 29th. I think what's more important is that they're bought into the idea that this is Mark Whipple's offense. I think as long as that idea is understood and comprehended across the board, I think it's going to be okay. Chris brings up a good point. Like every year we talk about how stacked the rooms are, and he's absolutely right. Like I remember sitting here a year ago and saying, yeah, we love the wide receiver room, but I think there also is a chance that when you look up and down the roster, the last 2 years specifically, let's just isolate these last 2 years. I think there's a way that you could argue that they did have their best running back room under Scott Frost last year. What's that say? I don't know, because once again, it was so overshadowed by Adrian Martinez running the football. Now, is that Adrian Martinez's decision or Scott Frost? That's another whole conversation, another can of worms that we don't necessarily need to get into. But I think there is a possibility, Chris, and I appreciate the call. I do, because that you're not the only one that thinks that. I know that for a fact, or that's a concern. But I think there is a chance that Nebraska may have had their best running back room last year, and now they've even elevated it more. I think there's a chance. And when it comes to results on the field, it's important for guys to be able to get on the field and produce. But there's another conversation or another angle where when coaches don't allow guys to get on the field for whatever reason, whether warranted or unwarranted. 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Web Blanket says this. You don't run a quarterback with a broken jaw if you have a good running back room. End of story. I think part of it also, the Wet Blanket, is you look at the statistics, things you can point to. And this is something that Ryan Held always talked about, was that his room can run the ball. Like I don't need to bring up the numbers again, but Nebraska, who had a little over 100 and some carries, I'll go ahead and bring it up just so I don't misquote it. I have to find here it is. So remember, I did the little bit of a dive here. I think there is a way that you run the ball with a quarterback with a broken jaw and still have an ability to run the ball with your running backs. But one was just overshadowed. Because if you look at it, Nebraska, as a running back room, solely running back room, carried the ball for 6.83 yards per carry. And Wet Blanket goes Ryan Held, who was coaching at he says South Alabama. I believe it's North Alabama. He's the offense coordinator. And I'm not trying to defend Ryan Held here. But when you look at the statistics, and once again, we always talk about these things that you can point to. Not hypotheticals, things that you can point to. And right now, through 15 and 29's a record of 15 and 29, it's statistics and it's wins and losses, pretty much. And it's the statistics for last year for the running backs that have lost a couple guys to the transfer portal. 186 carries for 1,200 plus yards and 14 rushing touchdowns. Once again, the biggest problem was that you would see marquee step for a couple drives. He would score a touchdown, and then you wouldn't see him the rest of the way. You wouldn't see him the rest of the way. An empty dumpster makes a good point here on the text line, 402-464-5685. Says, what were the yards per carry in the red zone? I would like, rather than the yards per carry, I would like to see just the number of carries for the running backs in the red zone. Because once again, this is strictly running backs. This does not count Adrian Martinez. And I would like to see I should dive into that a little bit deeper. Actually, empty dumpster, that's a good point. Because it really didn't feel like the running backs got the opportunity in the red zone a whole lot. And maybe that's because the guys weren't good enough. Like maybe Wet Blanket has a good point, but we didn't even get to see it. Didn't even get an opportunity. When things weren't working, it's like the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. Couldn't punch the ball in with your quarterback run, but yet you continue to try to do it. So is that a topic? Is that a discussion of the guys not working out or not producing? Or is it the coach is not allowing them? I don't know, man. Like, I look at the Northwestern game and I see Jaquez Yant go off and then you don't see him. And things like that are frustrating. But I think there is a rejuvenated hope with a guy like Brian Applewhite in the fold. All right, we got to get 2 breaks in here in the final 20 minutes of the show. Happy hour will start at 2 p.m. or around that time. We'll see what happens. Once again, shout out to everybody that won Saw Dogs tickets. That'll be fun tonight. I want to get to all your texts. So Mouth of South, Augie, Wet Blanket, Mississippi Mud Dog, Micah, Bryce, all those guys. We'll get to you here in a moment. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Captain Show. No Vershawn Jackson today. Nick Sander hanging out with you. 402-464-5685. Honda of Lincoln Hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. We wrap up the final 20 minutes in a couple minutes. We'll see you guys later.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Time for a new air conditioner? Bryant offers some of the most efficient available, up to 26 SEER. Call 467-1111 to schedule your free estimate or visit BryantLincoln.com.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsurancene.com.
Empire Fence and Netting in Waverly is now hiring for several positions. They're looking for a fence installer for both commercial and residential, for local projects, and ones that require travel. They also have openings for operators, dirt work, welding positions, and applicants with CDLs are very desirable. If you're looking for a locally operated business that provides excellent work for customers and great benefits and care for its employees, email info@empire-fence.com or give them a call at 402-682-7658. Empire Fence and Netting.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Please enjoy these next few moments of relaxation from Scott and Greg at Mendoza Family Insurance. If you would like to feel this relaxed about your home, auto, business, life, or commercial property insurance, please give Scott or Greg a call today at Mendoza Family Insurance.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go.
Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Call Nebraska Auto Detail today at 402-601-5086.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great. We're definitely coming back in the future.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Good morning from Indianapolis.
93.7 ticket from Lucas Oil Stadium.
We're out here, Lucas Oil Stadium, for the Big Ten Media Day. Big Ten Media Day.
Big Ten Football Media Day.
Nobody brought you more live coverage of Big Ten Media Days. When there's an event that matters to you, 93.7 The Ticket is there. 93.7 The Ticket. Lincoln's real sports talk.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Captain Show, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Stannert with you on a Friday. Thanks for hanging out with me, enjoying your last day of the week. How about that? All right, 402-464-5685. Here we go. Okay, Bryce says this on the text line. This is an interesting take. I only care that Whipple and Frost are in sync when it's gut check time and time to close out a game. Yes. Yeah. Whenever I think of the closing minutes of a game, when Nebraska needs to make something happen, I always worry, or I'm always thinking about who's going to be in charge in that moment. That's my first thought, and I can't help it. Like I can't, man. Holy smoke! Like I don't know. Like if it's one of those things where, if it's one of those things where they're up 14 points or whatever, or down, I guess it would be a better example. Down 7 with 9 minutes to go in the game, and your offense has kind of clicked pretty well through 3.5 quarters. Why change it? Like, it goes back to the whole idea of, like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. That's just the characteristic of the Big Ten West. He expands by saying this. Let me expand. There can't be any arguing on what plays need to be run to keep the ball, kill clock, get first downs, and walk away with a win. Bingo. I agree, Bryce. Yeah, no. Like, I'm with you 100% of just got to get and keep it in sync. But if it's not broke, like, you're going to be in competitive games. And we talk about Scott Frost growing as a coach, right? Scott Frost growing as a coach. with all the offseason decisions. And I mean, we won't be able to see what happens on the field until the fall. But one other stair step of growing as a coach is understanding when not to panic and understanding when to kind of take the reins back. And if it's a 35-28 ball game, which, oh, gee whiz, if Nebraska gives up 35 points a game on average, we're going to be in trouble. But if that's the case, like, if you put up 28 points on a Wisconsin defense, something's working. That's the Big Ten West. Like, you should not. Okay, so maybe on an easier, much more realistic scale, if it's a 28-21 ball game, like that's not a time to panic. That's a time to take what has worked in those first 3.5 quarters and adjust and manipulate it to make it a better, even better version in the final 7 minutes of a game. That's the growth. A growth is not going back to what is comfortable. That's not growth. I want to get to your guys' thoughts before we have to take another run. Somebody says cracking on Frost again. I just can't escape it, Rico. I just can't escape it. Cracking on Frost. I'm not. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. It's a totally different discussion. Chase B says kind of like how last year went with Wisconsin game. Wet Blanket says it better be Whipple. Unnamed Texter says, when is the last time Nebraska had a player that decided to take the game over and actually had the ability to do so? It's not Martinez. He often choked under pressure, which I would agree with. Maybe Amir? He says question mark. They say question mark. Ooh, that's a tough question. Or that's an interesting one. When's the last time that Nebraska had a player that decided to take the game over and actually had the ability to do so? I mean, Amir is the first one that comes to your mind. Mississippi Mud Dog agrees. To take the game over. Like, obviously, the Amir game against McNeese State sticks out. A lot of games with Amir stick out. Miami was one of them where he kind of just really, really played well. Man, hasn't been anywhere at quarterback. I can tell you that. Like Tommy Armstrong, maybe Tommy Armstrong, but other than quarterback, like Sue. Okay, Justin says Sue. So from the defensive side, I would say DeMornay Pearsonell maybe in the, as an unnamed texter says, DeMornay Pearsonell in the special teams game. We saw in 2018 Divino Zigbo at times, but was he given the opportunity right away at the start of the season? Unfortunately not. But when he did, yes. Wide receiver, the first one that comes to my mind in recent history is, Stanley Morgan, maybe. I'm trying to think of like game-changing type players. Would Maurice Washington be on that list? Like, I think back to that, oh gosh, was it 2019 Colorado on the road? Yeah, because it would have been 2019 Colorado on the road, I believe. Right, Rico? 2018 Colorado was at home in Frost's first year. 2019 was Colorado on the road. So 2019. Colorado on the road. Maurice Washington had that huge game. Like, that's one game that, like, I think about. Maurice Washington, that was the first time that we were like, all right, this dude is a straight-up athlete. Unfortunately, just had off-the-field stuff, so maybe it wasn't consistently. So I guess that's a really good question. If you think back to the 2009 defense, like, it was the combination of Levante David, Sue, Prince, or excuse me, not Sue. Sue, not David. Levante David was in 2010. Sue was in 2009. Prince was also there. You had that combination in the secondary of, like, gee whiz, like it was Larry Asante, like just a combination of guys over a course of a couple years of like Larry Asante and DeJon Gomes and Austin Cassidy, like paired together, they were dudes. So you had that to talk about. Gee whiz. It's tough. Randy Gregory was brought up. Wandale was brought up. Like, I think Wandale was one, and he was even used incorrectly. Like, I would look at Wandale at Kentucky and say that was an opportunity that Nebraska missed out on, unfortunately. Like, looking back, he balled out at running back. Imagine how he would have balled out at wide receiver, a full-time wide receiver. He was all SEC first team, best wide receiver in the conference for Kentucky. Justin with a good one. Sam Foltz through punting. Yeah, I agree. Bryce says if you're looking for a special teams guy, Sam Foltz, there it is. Alex Henry. I mean, that's going back a little bit. Bill and Bennett says Andy Janovich. Empty Dumpster says Randy Gregory. T. Farley says me. Nice. I like that, T. Farley. Tiny Pig asks, can this offense put up 28 points per game? I don't know. Like, I would assume, I think so. 28? I think so as well. Like, Rico's shaking his head. Like, that's 4 touchdowns. Like, obviously, you're going to need offensive line play. But I think you feel okay about it. All right, we got to take a break. I'm sorry, Rico. We'll get to your thought in this next segment. We got to take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the Captain Show. I went a little longer on this segment, but it's okay because guess what? My show's after this, so we just get to roll on. All right, we'll be right back. You're listening to the Captain Show. Nova Sean. Let me know your thoughts. 402-464-5685. Who, outside of Amir Abdullah, who's been Nebraska's most game-changing type player at any position, defense, offense, special teams? Let's hear it. 402-464-5685. We'll be right back on the ticket.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Please enjoy these next few moments of relaxation from Scott and Greg at Mendoza Family Insurance. If you would like to feel this relaxed about your home, auto, business, life, or commercial property insurance, please give Scott or Greg a call today at Mendoza Family Insurance.
Good morning from Indianapolis.
93.7 ticket from Lucas Oil Stadium.
We're out here, Lucas Oil Stadium, for the Big Ten Media Day.
Big Ten Media Day.
Big Ten Football Media Days.
Nobody brought you more live coverage of Big Ten Media Days. When there's an event that matters to you, 93.7 The Ticket is there. 93.7 The Ticket. Lincoln's real sports talk.
The days of internet contracts and heavy fine print are over. It's time to experience hassle-free service with no contracts or hidden fees. That's the Allo promise. Allo Communications provides fiber internet, TV, and phone services with fair and no-nonsense pricing. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, 24/7 local support 365 days a year, and a monthly bill you can count on. Don't settle for gimmicks. Settle for hassle-free with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/hassle-free.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, super quick segment here. Rodney says JoJo. That's a good one. That's a nice one. Jordan Westerkamp. Let's see. Missy Mud Dog says they averaged 27.9 points per game last year and fired almost the whole offensive staff. If they can't hit 28 points per game, then I say we bleeped it up. Yeah, I think so too. Unnamed Texter says you need an offensive line who can run, block, and control the clock and field, and a field goal kicker who can convert. I think we're all going to be celebrating this year if Nebraska's kicker can hit like 90% of their field goals, which is so crazy to think about because if you remember or recall any of the previous years, like Nebraska used to be so dominant in special teams, at least with field goal kicking when you had the Alex Henry and the Brown brothers and even Barrett Pickering before he kind of got broke or whatever. I'm trying to think of a couple other ones like Brett Maher was a decent special teams player. Drew Brown was a decent special teams player for Nebraska. So like, yeah, it's just kind of a bummer. Especially then when you had Connor Colt be the Big Ten kicker of the year and then poop out. And then Texter says anybody who can catch a punt is a game changer. I think Nebraska has that this year. And I also think they have a couple guys that are fighting for that job. And when I say fighting, like truly fighting, because as Bill Bush told us a couple weeks ago in this very studio, punt team is invitation only. It's more of a, hey, you get invited to play punt team. It's not, oh man, I have to play punt team. It's I get to play punt team. Chase B says Kenny Bell. That's a good one. Kenny Bell. That's a nice one. Bryce has this. A Nebraska kicker needs to be 100% within 30 yards and should be at least 90% longer than 30 yards. I thought Connor Cope was going to turn it around last year when he hit that 51-yarder against Oklahoma. I thought, all right, he's the shakes have kind of subsided. But nope, struggled, unfortunately. 50% last year, 6 of 12. So, all right, we're done for the captain. The happy hour is coming up in a little bit. We'll talk to Zach Carpenter of Rivals at 2:30. We'll be right back. Stick with us.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams. From treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6600.